full force. Are you kidding me?
Hey, what's up? It's Mr. Young.
And it's foreign in the building.
Yo, how are you doing, my brother?
I'm good. Bro, we are on the road to SummerSlam. It's going to be a very, very wrestling-heavy weekend, and I can't wait.
Absolutely. And the crazy thing is I was kind of hyping myself up for this weekend, and we're going to preview everything from this weekend, right? But I decided to open up my WWE network, and as always, they have new stuff all the time, which is great, right?
Sure.
I was going through like the best of SummerSlam. Then I was like, you know what? This is all interesting and everything, but there's one SummerSlam match that I said last week I wanted to watch.
I know.
But I finally watched it this afternoon. Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, the masterclass in overselling. that is a must-watch. That is an epic, you know.
How was it? How long since you first watched it, and like how has it been experiencing it again?
Probably since it aired, like 14 years ago. It was
15 years.
15 years ago, yeah. So just watching it again, I was like, you know, I wish Shawn Michaels could come back and do shit like that. But okay, not all the time, obviously. But he really is the master of the oversell.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like, you know, you talk about oversell. This past week on Raw, he never sells.
Yeah, exactly, right? He gets the punt kick from Randy Orton, and then like a few minutes later, he's like, he did. Wow, we're going to get Panadol. Like, what?
Can stand up again. He really OP lah. But okay, I mean, you know, Shawn Michaels, the thing I love about, you know, watching wrestling in the 2000s during the tail end of the Attitude Era and then the Ruthless Aggression was how Shawn Michaels definitely played the role of veteran, but he was the veteran that could go, you know? Like, I dare say he's basically Randy Orton of that generation.
Right. I look at him then, I think of people like now AJ Styles as well. You know, he's going out there putting on amazing matches with young guys. Well, the thing is, of course, Shawn was doing it with Hogan. And you remember you told me the backstory about how Hogan didn't want to make it into a trilogy and everything. Just watching that match, I was like, man, now, you know, there's a whole other layer of context to it as well. So that was fun.
I think the best part about being a wrestling fan, you know, through the years, especially as you grow older, of course, when you're watching it as a young kid, at that era as it is, you just live for the moment, right? Okay, this storyline is happening, enjoy what it is. But like maybe with a 15 years lens looking through it, you know, back at this current era, looking back at the past, knowing all the backstories, like you said, all the layers, the context, it adds not just nostalgia, but just a deeper appreciation of all these wrestlers that's come and gone, man.
That being said, too, the fact that he was trying to play heel and he had just, you know, come back, he was this baby face, and it was just so weird to see him like, you know, do like basically be a bad guy lah, and then not basically be a heel at the end of the match with the handshake and everything.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing because Shawn Michaels during that era, he is like the respected legend. He is the good guy, the born again Christian.
Correct.
No longer the bad boy, sexy boy guy.
And then so all of a sudden though, when he, you know, had this thing with Hulk Hogan, he was like heel all over again. It was like, huh? It just seemed a bit weird. And now just this puts it all into context.
I mean, it's the mark of a great wrestler. You're talking about, you know, when Shawn Michaels fought with Hulk Hogan, right? This past week, to hype myself up for SummerSlam, I watched one of my favorite SummerSlams of all time, SummerSlam 2002.
Okay.
Headline by, of course, The Rock and Brock Lesnar when Brock won his first WWE Championship. And funny enough, you mentioned Shawn Michaels versus Triple H in his comeback match, the street fight.
That's right.
And watching Shawn Michaels, you know, wrestle for the first time in 4 years in that particular match, and like he never missed a beat, you know. He was still as amazing and smooth as it can be. And I don't know, man, I think maybe it's just my nostalgia speaking, but I miss those wrestlers in the Ruthless Aggression era, man.
Right.
You know,
well,
Shawn Michaels, damn.
We are in the COVID era, and thankfully, though, we have things to look forward to. I can't wait to see, you know, the new WWE Thunderdome, which we will talk about in just a bit. Like we mentioned, so many wrestling things happening this weekend, right? I can't wait. But we have an important announcement to make because this week's episode of Kick to the Gut is brought to you by Kick Out, the hottest new fitness workout designed for pro wrestling fans. That's us, bro. We're pro wrestling fans.
Wait. So this episode is going to be sponsored?
Hell yeah.
So this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew or no?
What?
Omaha Steaks? No.
No.
Sorry.
We are,
This is
we're
stealing
not
all
in
of
the
that.
US, bro. We're not in the US.
Sorry, this is not Conrad Thompson. Even though I feel like I have Conrad Thompson in certain areas.
Oh,
No. But yes, let's talk about Kick Out, man. Kick Out is the brand new pro wrestling fitness program. Spearheaded, launched, debuted by Grapple Max.
That's right. Grapple Max, of course, Singapore's largest pro wrestling gym. Hey, let's talk a little bit about the experience because you've done it before. It's this 1 hour class, right? 100% no contact. So if you're worried about COVID, that kind of thing, don't have to worry. And 100% fun, bro.
Yeah, man. And then the thing about us is like you're wrestling fans, right? We always imagine what it feels like to be in the ring.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And let me tell you, bro, if you're looking for that experience, you want to imagine yourself, being in the ropes, doing drills, stepping foot into the ring. There's only one place in Singapore you can do it. It's by doing Kick Out.
That's right.
So what's the one other thing that people are scared of while they're doing all these wrestling maneuvers?
I don't know.
They're scared of getting hurt, taking bumps and falling, right?
Sure.
But the great thing about Kick Out is non-contact.
There you go. So you don't have to worry about that. So get your fitness up if you've been sitting on your butt for the entire CB and then phase 1, phase 2, and you're like, I need to get active, do something, right? Kick Out is the thing for you, especially if you love pro wrestling. And how about this? We got a 20% off single session for you. How does that sound? Yeah, you want to try it out for the first time? Knock 20% off your bill, courtesy of Kick to the Gut lah.
Of course, bro. Your bros got your back.
That's right, we got your back. So use the promo code KTTG100. That's Kick to the Gut 100 when you check out at grapplemax.punchpass.com. I'll say the website again. That's where you can go and sign up. grapplemax.punchpass.com. If you what are you doing with your hands?
So you can post production, you can put like a layer.
I'm not going to do that. Go and look in the description is there. The link is there. Okay, this is for first-time Grapple Max customers only. One more time, grapplemax.punchpass.com. Go try out, Kick Out, the hottest new fitness workout design for pro wrestling fans.
So why is Kick Out sponsoring Kick to the Gut? It's not because our names are similar.
Okay.
Even though that's one of the reasons I asked, like, hey, Kick Out, brought to you by Kick to the Gut. I think it sounds perfect.
Sure.
But other than that, I have actually had the experience of trying out a Kick Out class. And I've done it 3 times almost. So the first time when I did it, I did it out of pure curiosity, right?
Okay. Yeah.
As you know, I've trained in pro wrestling before. Did a debut match last year.
Yeah, with Grapple Max as well.
Yes, with Grapple Max as well. But when I was telling everyone, or some of my friends who watch wrestling, or who are casual fans, they're like, "Yeah, man, it would be so cool if I can imagine myself being in the ring." But they're like, "Nah, I don't want to take bump. I don't want to fall down. I don't want to get hurt." That kind of thing. But it's the same concept as I want to exercise. I want to do Muay Thai. I want to do boxing. But then I don't want to get hit in the face. I just want to work out and practice on the pads.
Sure.
So this is like the equivalent of doing that if you love pro wrestling. Like, I want to try out pro wrestling, but I don't want to get hurt. Well, you can still do workouts. You can still jump on top of the rope. You can go to the corner. You can do so it's like a variety. They have a myriad of different exercises that they can put into play, and you get a great workout, and it's definitely got a lot of kick.
So, bro, got a lot of kick. I like that. How many times did you climb onto the turnbuckle and do the Randy Orton pose? That's the question. At least 5 times.
Bro, that is like the secret fantasy, the wet boy. What's the wet boy? What are we talking about?
Wet boy? Wet dream, you mean?
Wet dream.
The wet boy.
What's the wet boy, bro?
The wet boy is when you walk out of the shower after showering.
Yeah.
That's you.
That is not a discount code. But anyway, it's definitely, as a wrestling fan, the dream is to go up to the corners and pose and imagine that you have an audience cheering you back. You get to do all of that, being in the ring, doing the Kick-Out program.
So there you go. Go check it out. grapplemax.punchpass.com. Remember the promo code. That's 20% off your single session, all right? It's KTTG100. So that's KTTG100. It's in the description. Go read it if, you're like, "Oh, Mr. Yeah, I don't know what you say. You sound like you got marbles in your mouth."
Okay, but why 100? Why 100? Well, we are currently episode 31, season 3.
Yes.
And also episode 91 overall in our historical timeline of Kick to the Gut.
Historical timeline, I like that. So essentially, we are 9 episodes away from 100 episodes. We've been doing this for 100 weeks. Actually, more than that because we took a break in between seasons. But 100 episodes.
Yeah, man. And I did the maths. We'll come out right around October of this year, which rounds out our 2 years anniversary of Kick to the Gut.
Wow.
Yeah, man. That's we've done a lot of wrestling, shit talking about wrestling. We have had a lot of great interviews, a lot of people coming on the show. We've covered a lot of great pay-per-views and really, really bad ones as well.
Well, that is the life of a pro wrestling fan, isn't it? To follow the ups and downs. But through all that, we're still pro wrestling fans. We're here to talk about it, good or bad. And looking forward to this weekend. I think there's a lot of good to look forward to.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah, so wrapping it up, man, as we go on the road to 100, this is like one of our first sponsors, Kick Out. We also have another sponsor, our shirt sponsor, BIA Athletic, right? So guys, be sure to stay tuned. You might not know what other very cool news and cool tidbits that we'll have coming up. Yeah, and of course, special interviews lined up just in time for Kick to the Gut 100. So stay tuned with us, bro.
Yeah, we got some exciting things. Maybe we'll have LED screens at the back with fan videos like Thunderdome, like that. You know what I mean? So let's talk about WWE Thunderdome right now. They announced right?
Let's do that.
The Amway Center is like this arena which they have taken up residency in, which is a great idea.
Is it in Florida as well?
I'm not sure. I believe so because it has to be, right? Unfortunately, I think NXT 30 is not going to be from the Amway Center. It's going to be from Full Sail University.
All right.
But Smackdown and SummerSlam and I think the following Raws will be on in the Thunderdome, as it were.
Okay. I mean, I think it's great. I think the most important thing, they need to have an identity for each show. It can't be like copy, paste, change template. Correct. Put it in together. It won't be great, no?
Here's the thing. They've basically adopted what the NBA has done. And I don't know if you've been watching recent NBA stuff. Okay, NBA has what they call the bubble. It's like a campus. So everyone stay in the same area. They don't travel anymore, right? And they go to the basketball arena. Instead of, you know where the crowd usually sits? There are huge, gigantic LED screens which show live fans. As in, fans literally stream themselves so you can see their head It's very cute, I mean, obviously it doesn't look packed. You see avatars and icons, people's heads everywhere. But it makes it look more interactive. And it definitely brings a bit more excitement. I think they pipe in cheers and stuff like that as well.
You know what's crazy, bro? Doesn't this remind you of a very Big Brother society?
A little bit.
Does it remind you of the Hunger Games?
Yes. Where everyone is not really in the arena, right? They are projecting themselves from somewhere else.
Bro,
we're in the future
right now.
Yeah. Oh my God. So I don't know if you managed to register. When I tried to register, it said registration has been closed.
Yeah, no, I think they opened it up for since 2 days ago, and I think within a couple of hours it's been sold out.
Did you read the T&C, the terms and conditions?
No.
I was reading it, right? It says you have to be there throughout the entire live broadcast. So it is live streamed.
Oh, wow.
And I'm pretty sure, they must have people to sort of jaga in case you go and wear a shirt that says, bad word or AEW or shit like that, right? So they say in the terms and conditions, you must be there. If you switch off your stream, they will replace you with somebody else, an alternate. So there are actually alternates waiting. Ooh, can I be on screen too? So
okay, but then I got a question. Say for example, you're watching it from Singapore, right? So which stream are we have to watch it from? Because we are not watching it from official streams, if you know what I mean. So
what do you mean? Which stream do we watch it from?
No, that means for them, they can just turn on the TV, they watch it live.
Correct.
On wherever, right?
We have to watch it on whatever StarHub lah. They show it live
and we have to watch it from official channels.
Of course, But the other thing is also who the hell is going to wake up at freaking 7 a.m. just to stream myself onto Raw?
Can you imagine, right? They make us you're live streaming yourself watching maybe a 3-hour Raw, and it's freaking boring, and we have to pretend to be
No, then people are going to purposely do stupid shit people are going to mess around. So that's why I'm thinking They have to hire a lot of people to just watch these assholes. Like, what are they doing? Okay, they're smiling. That's cool. You know? It's like production personnel times 100 already.
I just hope none of them have sex on screen.
No, watch the NBA. You literally only see their head. So I'm sure it is a case of, okay, you must download an app and you put your head in the frame and that's it.
Bro, a lot of things can be done with your head, bro. Just say.
And with that...
Don't get any ideas, guys. Please, thanks.
Yeah, no. That's exactly my point, though. Like, I thought, before I read the TNCs, I thought it would be just you film yourself for 15 seconds. Because that's all you really need, what? Various reactions, 15, then you just put your face there and then just replay.
That would be the safer way, lah.
Yeah,
say.
But if they are saying, no, you must be sitting there the whole broadcast, that means it's like live or some sort of a delay, you know?
Yeah. I think they'll always have delay just to be safe.
Yeah. And how many people can they fit? That's my question as well.
They can't fit hundreds and thousands of them. Definitely, they were. But the thing is, from what I see from NBA, right, they are staggered. They look like they are seated in virtual stands, in a way.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious. You know, we've seen some of the photos that, you know, shout out to Edison. He sent us like a preview of like the setup. And yeah, it looks pretty dope. We put it up on our IG story. And I think that's what, like I said from the beginning, like what wrestling has been lacking is just this feeling of like participation. It must have a vibe, you know, like, okay, first of all, they knew that they can't do, you know, empty arena shows in complete silence. That just does not work.
Yeah, doesn't work
at all. You know, and then they slowly added the audience. But the thing is, the audience look too manufactured because it's their own trainers.
Correct.
Or trainees, right?
Yeah.
And at the beginning they could do their chants and all that, but then once they started wearing the mask, the most kind of noise that they can do is just to bang on the panels.
Yeah.
So like to me the best promotion that has been showcasing fans has been AEW because it's just this very open arena, open concept.
Correct.
You know, and like the fans are the people there making the noise. Doesn't feel like it's their own people, but it doesn't feel like they are being directed.
Yeah.
You know?
But okay, to be honest though, I feel like they are a little bit more cowboy and renegade in that, you know, they don't care. Okay, just do whatever. Because there is no safe distancing. I'm sorry. There is no bloody distancing going on.
No
there.
one is safety distancing.
They are just anyhow. They just pretend only, you know?
Yeah.
So I think WWE is smart in that they need to play safe because they hold themselves up to a level like the NBA has done, you know?
And I'm looking forward to SummerSlam. At least this year's SummerSlam will look like a legit production.
Yeah.
I know WrestleMania was kind of like a missed opportunity because it just happened so soon.
Correct.
They had to scramble around, but hopefully SummerSlam will give off that main show vibe, you know, that we've been lacking.
Do you think that they've held off all the storylines, development and everything because they were aiming for SummerSlam? Okay, you know, let's hold pattern for a while and then wait till we have this solution, or I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of both. Like
it's interesting that you mentioned that because from the way reports have been coming out, this idea just came into fruition like maybe in the last couple of weeks. It's not as if like they had this long-term idea. Okay, we want to do a show in this arena.
That means they basically looked at the NBA and they were like, okay, let's do that.
Yeah, maybe. They definitely did. They used a couple of, you know, took a couple of examples from different places because I know the piped-in audience was from baseball, Major League Baseball. They used piped-in audiences to fill up the arena. Football also, you know about how football, they're filling up the arenas with sound. Yeah. They actually use soundtrack from FIFA, like the game, and they actually pipe in the FIFA cheers into the audience, into the football matches. Yeah, but it sounds legit.
Sure.
They even have like very crowd specific, like for example, this home team is like Liverpool, they are singing "You'll Never Walk Alone."
Yeah, right. So okay lah. If anything, right, then this is an amazing way for them to manufacture their own moments. Like, you know, the holy shit moments or the this is wrestling or, you know, Cena sucks, whatever lah. They can literally manufacture, okay, we want this moment to be a holy shit moment. Yeah. Then they pipe in, holy shit. In a way, I guess we have to sacrifice like maybe the way it's very organic. And sure, they have to pipe it in. It sounds even more like a show that is being controlled. But I'd rather take that than like no sound.
Whatever we've been having now.
Yeah, exactly, right? No feel, no vibe.
Do you feel like the Thunderdome
Mm-hmm.
can be like the main template going forward for the foreseeable future, or do you think they will still try to play around with like different arenas, make the show different?
I think this will be the template for the next, couple of months anyway, until this whole thing clears up. And who knows, until next year, middle of next year, end of next year, until a vaccine is available. But if you look at the NBA, right, what they do is they customize the LED panels as well. So you have like, let's say it's a Rockets versus Oklahoma City Thunder game, right? Then you'll have team-specific logos and cheers and chants as well, like the football thing you just said. So they can totally do that for Raw and SmackDown and pay-per-views.
I can't wait when like the Fiend makes his entrance.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's gonna be dope.
Right.
I can
then you
imagine.
have all kinds of creepy graphics and everything.
You know what I want, bro?
What's that?
Next year's WWE 2K22, they need to have a Thunderdome arena
and have all these like LED boards. Well, then again, if you want to go for over-the-top nonsense, WWE Battlegrounds is coming out soon.
Yeah,
okay, I have to admit, remember we were shitting on it? Well, more specifically, I was shitting on it.
I was cool about it.
Yeah, you were okay. I was like, hey, I shouldn't lump you in. I was shitting on it because, I love my WWE 2K games.
Simulation
because, I'm a hardcore fan, right? But I finally watched that trailer, the one with Paul Heyman. I was like, okay, it actually looks quite like stupidly fun. Like, you know what I mean? You just grab the controller.
Games. Yeah. It's like an arcade vibe,
It's not the type of game you sit there and play for 3 hours like 2K. It's like you sit there, you play for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, okay, you can go fuck off. Or if you want to play for 5 hours, also can.
Do you remember this old, you will be the one that is perfect to remember this.
I'm sure I'll remember this.
No, this very old game, wrestling game, I don't know whether it's like on Sega or like arcade or whatever it is. It's like the wrestlers, right, are very like arcade characters, like for example, if you're using Yokozuna, one of his moves is he can pull out a chicken wing and beat you on the head with it.
Bro, we've talked about this one before. It's I think
what game was that?
WWF WrestleMania.
It was WrestleMania, right?
Like Undertaker would shoot out tombstones from his hand.
Yeah, and then like Heartbreak Kid will have like heart shape.
Yeah, when you whack him,
lasers.
hearts will fly out of him. Dude, I want to play that game. I need to find an emulator to play. Actually, you can, if you Google WWF WrestleMania emulator, you can play that game on your keyboard.
Oh, that'll be damn awesome, bro. Yeah, and I feel like they are using that spirit of that kind of vibe. Even like 10 years ago, WWE had this game as well. I forgot what is it called. WWE. You remember this one game where like it's all oversized physics?
Okay, I remember that one. Other? I didn't have fun because it was too feature free, as in there was no meat to it. It was just a bunch of flash. So you played it for about 3 hours, 4 hours, and okay, put it away. This one apparently has a campaign mode. You can create character, blah blah blah.
Storylines and all that.
Yeah.
I think maybe a lot of it was a lot of Paul Heyman's selling.
I hope so.
Paul Heyman can sell a freaking wallet and
that's
make it like the best thing ever.
Correct.
But I really enjoyed his presentation. I think when you saw it, you were like, okay.
I absolutely
Paul
did.
Heyman made it
the storyline looks like Paul Heyman is involved. Because the storyline is that Paul Heyman, is trying to sell Vince McMahon this new idea, WWE Battlegrounds, where it's no hold bars, it's got freaking alligators, got cars and shit like that, superpowers. So it's going to be some fantastical, silly storyline, but
very interesting. Well, obviously, when it comes out, you and me are going to be playing it, right?
Oh, hell yeah. Well, I will be streaming that shit on my Twitch channel, Mr. Young98. Go follow me on Twitch if you haven't already.
Free plug.
Free plug for this show, also brought to you by my Twitch channel. Not big enough yet.
Can. Sponsored by Mr. Young's Twitch channel. Why not?
But yeah, we're definitely going to play WWE Battlegrounds on the Twitch channel. But also, bro, we need to do like a crossover, kick to the gut, and my streaming crossover where you come on and you play and we talk about the game and talk shit. We'll figure something out. Technically, we'll figure something out. But September, that's when the game comes out.
Bro, anything wrestling, fight related, that's like my kind of games, man. So
yeah.
Call your boy.
Okay, so we talked about Thunderdome. That's exciting. Now let's look forward to this weekend. Okay. Now, there's no Dynamite today because they moved it for the NBA playoffs, right? So now Dynamite will be airing on a Saturday evening in the US. So NXT went unopposed this week.
Yes.
A lot of NXT was a build-up. Okay, you know who actually quite impressed me on NXT? You won't guess who.
Give me a clue. Let me guess.
But he's in one of the matches lah.
Okay. Is he in cruiserweight division?
No.
Someone unexpected, is it?
Someone unexpected, but he only impressed me not because of his wrestling skill or anything on the mic.
Pat McAfee.
Yes.
Yay!
A lot of intensity. He went on a bit long, I will admit, but I mean, this is his first time he's cutting promos and shit, right?
Yeah.
In the ring. So I was like, holy shit, this guy, like, he's hanging there with Adam Cole.
I have a very weird revelation, as in like, I kind of like eyeballed the results, but you correct me if I'm wrong. Is Pat McAfee playing the heel in this rivalry?
Yes. When he came into the ring with his fellow like NFL players, and the way it sounded like he was disrespecting NXT and wrestling. So I was like, what was that?
Oh, I just killed a baby. No, just kidding.
A baby?
Okay.
I thought it was a cat just fell off your roof or something.
My room is right beside the main corridor.
Yes.
So you have like people walking by, so people can hear it. Okay.
Okay,
So,
maybe that baby is also excited about Pat McAfee, but
of course he watched Adam Cole segment.
Yeah, but it feels like NXT versus NFL vibe already, you know. And yes, the NFLers are like the outsiders. They're coming in, and you know, I'm a real athlete. My punting power is.
Are you saying this segment was a slightly better version of the Tyson and Chris Jericho segment? Where Tyson brought all his former UFC stars.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, Tyson is Tyson and Jericho is Jericho. It's on another level. And the second you said that segment, I remember him ripping off his shirt, and then he like cannot rip off his shirt.
He got stuck.
And it's like Jericho had to save his ass by promoting, and then Tyson just looked so weird, like.
Yeah, and like basically nothing came out of it. So
no, but I mean, you know, it got them a bit of shine. But I'm excited to watch. I'm just a bit worried, lah. You know, I'm hyped up from the promo, and then what if Pat McAfee goes in there and stinks up the joint in a wrestling match with Adam Cole, baby?
I have watched a bit of Pat McAfee's like training video. I think he's posting stuff on his IG.
Okay,
he looks like he can handle himself in the ring. Bro, he did a moonsault. He did a couple of like interesting moves.
Could it be because he had been announcing for WWE for a while already, right? So this entire time he was training as well?
I do not know whether he has been training this entire time.
Has to be
definitely in the lead up he has been training. But here's one thing, right? Like we can't really appreciate this so-called his celebrity clout because he's an NFL player, right?
We don't watch NFL.
Yeah, but I was watching a couple of streams from like our American podcasters. Good Mic Work. Always had to give him a shout out. My idol, right?
Yeah.
He was telling me, right, he has friends who are non-wrestling friends who basically went up to him and said, "Hey, bro, do you know what Pat McAfee is doing in wrestling? Like, I just read some news." So basically, Pat McAfee is bringing an entire audience because he's quite well known, bro, as apparently being a punter. Punter. That's like a position, right, in NFL? So he's like well known for his punt. So that came into play in his this current rivalry with Adam Cole, right?
Yeah.
But his name value in what do you call it? NFL is pretty huge. I don't know whether he's played in a Super Bowl before, but his name value is like on the level of like a Gronkowski.
Yeah, I mean, exactly like the example you brought up, WWE has had a history of bringing in people from other sports just to boost, the notoriety, get the eyeballs, and them finally doing it for NXT. I mean, maybe a punter is not as big a name or position that you want to highlight on Raw or Smackdown. That's why they're like, okay, go on NXT, But yeah, definitely, like you had Gronk, we had Lawrence Taylor. I don't know if you remember Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bigelow.
Yes, WrestleMania in '95, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. You've had a lot of footballers, you've had a lot of boxers at other sports.
Didn't in WrestleMania 2 they had like they had a battle royal between NFL stars and WWE stars? Do you know about this?
I actually don't remember this.
Because one of the NFL players, his name is William the Fridge. William the Fridge Perry. He became a WWE Hall of Famer as well.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so I think
that was just a regular Rumble, Battle Royale. It's just that they had quite a few, NFLers turned wrestlers in there. That's what I believe happened.
No, like pure NFLers as well, bro.
Is it?
Yeah, because I remember, I think I was watching one of the documentaries, like the story behind the true story behind WrestleMania 2. So they had a battle royal between half of them was NFL players and half of them was wrestlers, and there was a lot of heat because the wrestlers were like, they're not gonna get all these NFL people into our show, and we're not gonna
sell for them.
Sell for them and put them over, man.
Yeah.
So there was like a lot of legit hit there. I can't remember who was the winner. But yeah, back to your story about Pat McAfee. There is a precedent of like them bringing NFL players to run angles with wrestlers.
Lots.
But the only thing I'm a bit annoyed about is why are they presenting Pat McAfee as a threat to Adam Cole?
Exactly.
Who is a former, one of the longest running NXT champion. The only thing I would say that he has over him is a size. But other than that, come on.
And well, maybe the size sells it, and he has that one lethal punt or kick,
Randy Orton will like trademark.
Yeah, sorry, stealing Randy Orton's killer move, right? I think that's the only thing is the size. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't expect this to be a proper match. I expect this to be a schmoz because you have the entire Undisputed Era. You have Pat McAfee and his friends. I'm sure it'll be like some big melee lah.
The thing is, when Adam Cole dropped his belt, this is the last thing I expected him to be doing.
Right, yeah. Getting in the feud with Pat McAfee of all people. What the hell?
So, Pat McAfee is the heel. Does that mean Adam Cole is playing the face? Is Undisputed Era the face?
Well, then again, I feel like Undisputed Era can be face or heel anytime they want. They are so popular in the NXT world now. Like, people will always go, baby, boom. People chant along. Right? Yeah, so it's kind of like DX. You know how DX were heels? Yeah. And then it became so beloved, they're like, okay, it doesn't matter they're good or bad, people cheer them.
I'm just trying to understand the dynamic. So you're saying it's like, it's basically a heel versus heel, but there's like a bigger NFL heel compared to like the cool heel of the
Valley. So it's no longer, exactly. It's no longer good guy versus bad guy. It's my team is wrestling team versus the NFL team,
Okay, so, very, very interesting.
And they've done that before as well.
I can't wait to check out this segment since you said that it was, quite impressive.
It was. There was, I don't know if I completely missed it or what, but I don't think there was any Keith Lee, Karrion, Kross interaction.
Oh, there wasn't?
Maybe I went to the toilet. I don't know. But
isn't it weird? Like, we are right before NXT 30, right?
That's the main thing. I mean, I remember seeing a video promo.
Maybe it's a video package. Right?
But that's quite weird that their main event isn't highlighted by like a promo or,
You have to understand, bro. Keith Lee is recovering from a fireball attack.
Oh yeah, that's right. His face burned. No, he blinded and all. No,
bro,
he has to chill.
Blinded by the glory.
The glory of Scarlet.
He's basking in the fire of Scarlet. Yeah, of Scarlet's fire.
A lot, like very, that. Very fiery. Beyond that, let's see. We have the Dakota Kai. She cut a promo. I was like, to be honest.
Is it? But she's hot lah, so.
Jeez. Well, okay. It's like Dakota Kai, remember when she was feuding with Tegan Nox, and it was interesting and compelling because they have a history. Now it's like she's chasing the title against Io Shirai, and she feels like a Dolph Ziggler, like a mid-tier boss. Oh, she's not gonna bloody take it from Io Shirai.
But is Io Shirai playing a heel or like a badass face right now?
She's a badass face now. She's transitioned to a badass face,
Okay.
So ever since she
won the title from that triple threat match, right?
Yeah, even before that, she was already getting cheered, I think. So
I love Io, man. Come on.
Yeah.
She's so badass.
There was a lot of... I feel like the North American title got more shine in this episode. So there was one more qualification match, Velveteen Dream versus Finn Balor. And of course, that's an interesting one because it's a heel-heel match as well. Because, Velveteen has sort of transitioned. He's become like a more...
he's an evil heel now, right?
Not evil, but he's like a bit... like... Yeah, I mean, he's definitely got heel tendencies.
He's a bit of a child molester. Just kidding. Yeah. Okay. But innocent proven guilty. Okay.
Yeah. But you know what I mean, right? Well, wasn't he proven innocent? Didn't Triple H say something like he's...
Yeah. They put out a statement saying that, whatever that they discovered, I think they're okay to bring him back.
Yeah.
But we're talking about his character change. So when he came back, he is a bit more meaner.
Yeah, he's meaner.
Shall we say?
Yeah. He hasn't outrightly said or done heelish things that we will associate with heel things, but through his actions in the ring. And I mean, this is the beauty of pro wrestling, isn't it? You tell your story in the ring. If you don't have the time for a promo or whatever, you do it in the ring by your actions.
I find it weird because I feel like, remember before he went on his hiatus, they were kind of like hinting that they were gonna feud. Prince Balor, Finn Balor, and Velveteen Dream.
Yes.
Remember he said like, I guess you and I have a date next week. They had that whole segment, that standoff, and then like it just kind of went away, like without explanation, and then now they just pick it up.
Was it because of the allegations? That's why like Velveteen
Maybe?
disappeared for a
I'm not
while.
sure.
That's you. Oh, you okay not?
I have been blessed by Velveteen Dream. Sorry, no, I don't make that kind of joke now.
Okay. So, they had a match, and I mean, spoiler alert, but Velveteen Dream won. So he is in the North American title ladder match.
Was that a weird booking decision? I didn't expect Velveteen Dream to win actually.
I feel like Finn Balor is at the AJ Styles, at the Shawn Michaels part of their career where they're just putting people over.
Which is kind of weird because I felt that Finn Balor never even had his main run, you know?
Oh, maybe he feels like he's already had. He won the Universal title, what?
Bro, for 1 day.
Yeah, for 1 day. Cup of coffee.
I am so mad, like, when he returned in 2017, why couldn't they just pick off when they left off and, like, make him the champion?
No, he had things to do in NXT. That got quite a bit of shine. So everyone came out, you know, Johnny Gargano came out. I'm quite liking Cameron Grimes as a heel. He's like this weird, he's just different. He's just so outstanding as a heel.
He's a mood lah.
He's a mood. He is. You know, he comes out. He's like he says all kinds of weird shit. Like we're going to the moon. Like this really redneck hick. Like what the hell, right? Who says that? But it makes him. Yeah. No, but it makes him super different.
Yeah.
And that's what I appreciate about that. And then of course Bronson Reed came out and cleared house because he's thick boy.
I realized, right? Like Cameron Grimes is like this project that NXT keeps working on him. Yeah. So you know how like we give credit to NXT superstars when they come in, like they already have that history from like indie promotions, like so they come in kind of like a fully formed character.
Yeah.
But Cameron Grimes is different. Is in the sense that I can see that in NXT he's still being experimented on. He's still trying to figure out his character, and they allow him, you know, the space and the time for him to grow in that way. So when he comes good, you know, once he graduates from NXT, it's like it's worth it lah, in a sense.
Yeah. He's sort of that like homegrown talent lah, as it were. You know, he's an NXT original. But okay, so to be honest, the NXT was alright, but I didn't think a lot of it jumped out at me. Like, whoa, that was crazy. Maybe they're saving everything for NXT 30 lah, TakeOver.
Yeah.
So let's then now talk about this weekend already. So let's get to the main event.
Sure.
This entire weekend of wrestling. So okay, AEW, right, starts 1 hour before NXT TakeOver, which is very weird.
It's their head-to-head this week, bro.
Yeah, that is their head-to-head. But it's not really head-to-head because, like I said, AEW starts first. Yeah. Then the last hour of Dynamite will go head-to-head with NXT TakeOver.
Is NXT trying to make AEW like their pre-show?
A little bit, huh?
Okay, you give 1 hour of AEW 555, you take that 1 hour pre-show.
Then they
warm us up for tonight.
Yeah, NXT better make their pre-show damn happenings, yeah.
Of course.
Just to steal viewers away from Dynamite. But it's going to be interesting. So, okay, let's take a look at what is going to happen on AEW Dynamite. So, what is their card, right?
Yep.
Cody Rhodes versus Brody Lee TNT Championship. Honestly, I have no fucking, like, interest in this. None. Not one whatsoever. You know what I feel about Cody Rhodes already. And you know exactly what I feel about Brody Lee. Zero interest.
I feel like Cody Rhodes is inching towards a heel turn. And I think it will be good that he turns into a heel.
Yes. It fits the character because he's so dislikable.
Bro. That statement is fair as your opinion, but where I disagree is not everyone find him unlikable. There is a huge portion of wrestling fans who see him as like this inspirational like guy who went against WWE and love him, like his so-called like dusty kind of emotional promos. I can see the appeal of him as that as well. But what I think he will make a great heel is because I've seen his work when he was in New Japan, in part of the Bullet Club, when he was in ROH, when he was in Impact Wrestling, right?
Yeah.
He just has this Dr. Doom arrogance to him. I don't know I mean, you know Dr. Doom from Fantastic Four, right?
Oh, no. Oh, I thought you meant...
No, not
Dr. Death, right?
Dr. Death.
I got Dr. Death confused. Dr. Doom as in the Marvel character?
Correct.
He has a scarred face.
Maybe I'm using it from his time back in WWE when he had that scarred look.
Yeah. And he was wearing the mask.
But why I call him to Dr. Doom, he has this very Empress complex.
Like a megalomaniac. I feel you hit it right on the head. He does come
that.
across as a very narcissistic megalomaniac. And even as his face character, I'm feeling it already. So if he uses it as a heel character, I'm like, I would totally buy that and get it.
Yeah. And I think that now that, you know how CM Punk in earlier this decade, his long ass title reign, half of it was he was wrestling as a face.
Right.
And then the second half, he turned heel against The Rock. And then the second half of his whole entire run, he was a heel.
Yep.
So I feel like if Cody goes down that route, it'll be great. It will be also a great way to extend his title reign as a TNT champion because it makes him fresh. Okay, he's done all he can as this face champion who keeps giving like very
shots.
Like gives title shots lah, gives like a lot of great matches, puts his hand out for all these like newcomers and all that. And then after that he becomes an entitled prick for the second half of his reign, and it's like, no, I don't want to give away my title. No, I'm just gonna be an idiot and choose who I want.
And somebody has to dethrone him lah.
Yeah, that'll be a great story, man.
To be honest, like currently what he's done with I don't know if it's a move to make the title mean something. Like, the US title, when John Cena was defending it against everybody. But to me, it's like he's beaten a whole bunch of nobodies. So to me, it's like, okay, like you're just having jobber matches every week. How does this make the title better? I guess Brody Lee is like one step up, but at the same time too, it's like it's Brody Lee. I don't give a crap about Brody Lee also.
Like we've talked about a number of times. AEW has really mishandled a lot of their monster wrestlers, big size wrestlers. They bring them into the shows, build them up, make them such a big deal, and then only for them to lose. And after they lose, they just drop them.
Correct, and not even to like upper mid card. No, it's like probably on AEW Dark.
Drop them off the face of the earth, bro.
yeah, right.
Where's Brian Cage now?
Where is Lance Archer?
Where is Brody Lee just came back lah?
Oh yeah,
Who else? Where is Jake Hager?
Well, I mean, he's just forever the bodyguard lah.
Back to the forever the bodyguard. So you get what I mean.
Yeah. No, absolutely, 100%. So, the match itself, are you excited for this match? There's no chance Brody Lee is winning this. We know the outcome already. So what's the point?
I am only excited with the storyline developments around this match.
Right. So what? Does Colt Cabana
like goes full on heel?
Yeah.
Especially now that he's part of the part of
Dark Order.
Your freaking name. Okay, Dark Order. Or if Cody Rhodes like cements, okay, what would be damn awesome?
What?
It just came as a random lightning bolt of an idea.
What
if the Elite, like when like Cody Rhodes as the main guy of the Elite, turns heel all the way, right, and partners with the Dark Order, and then they become like the corporate ministry. So the Cody Rhodes and Brody Lee together ruling the world.
Right, yeah. I mean, I actually thought of that when you said that, I was like, oh, Cody Rhodes, all of a sudden maybe he is the exalted one, or he is the higher power behind Brody Lee.
The Elite Order. Whoa!
Oh god. No,
but for some reason I just imagine this image of Brody Lee and Cody Rhodes side by side together. I think that would be a pretty good mega faction.
Yeah, it would. But Brody Lee would then he would have to just be the monster heel and stop trying to talk. I'm sorry. His promos do nothing for me.
Brody Lee, okay, I was just about to make a comparison from Brody Lee to Undertaker in the
stop.
And then that's why I stopped, like, short of saying it, but now I just said it so that I can annoy you a bit more.
No, cannot. No, wow, what a terrible comparison. There's no comparison, bro.
To be fair, Dark Order has gotten better as time has gone along, to me.
Well, only because of like one or two people lah.
No, as in like slowly they started off as a joke, and then they became like, okay, interesting, got exalted one, and then it was a joke again. But now I feel like they kind of settle in their groove,
Okay, yeah, but honestly, they're still a lower mid-card faction, or even a jobber faction if you think about it.
For now lah.
Okay, for now, all right.
I'm always into giving chances. I'm like the Tony Khan of like giving chances.
Yeah, right. I'm the Vince McMahon. Let's move on. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, versus the Dark Order.
So it seems to be like a continuation of this Dark Order and the Elite having a feud, huh?
Having a feud, huh? I think what's his face? The Cowboy is in this one as well. Adam Page.
Your favorite cowboy.
Yeah, and the Dark Order team that's represented here are the like 5 and 6 and don't know who. It's not even like the Stu Grayson and
It's all
Evil
the weird
Uno.
ass numbers, right?
Yeah, and like random names and nobody bloody knows one. So I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
I don't understand what the point of this match
No,
is, but to
I don't know.
tie it together, maybe there is Elite and Dark Order sort of a thing brewing here.
I know they have like random faceless mask numbers for some of them, but I know one particular guy. I don't know which number. He's like legit jacked and shredded, man. I don't know who, but he's like one of the,
Doesn't mean a thing. It's like one of Tozawa's ninjas or one of Retribution. It's just a body with no face.
And then he opened his mouth. Is Diamond Dallas Page, the stalker.
Oh gosh, one of the worst reviews ever. Okay, so I don't care about that match. Obviously, it's Elite versus Jobber. So unless they do some storyline thing here, this is gonna be a waste of time.
Okay, let's talk about what would interest you. So, what is Chris Jericho doing this week?
Chris Jericho, I don't think he's even listed.
Is it?
No, not.
Okay,
maybe he's facing Darby Allin because it's Darby Allin versus to be determined, TBD.
Okay, let's skip like AEW this week.
Okay, hold on. Lucha Bros and Butcher and the Blade versus Natural Nightmares and Jurassic Express. Again, probably a lot of high-flying bullshit, but
Very tag team heavy, this week.
kind of. Oh, speaking of tag teams, the Women's Tag Team Cup Tournament Final. I guess all this happened on AEW Dark because we're at the finals already.
Yeah. So the last couple, like 2 or 3 weeks, they have been. It's not even on AEW Dark, bro. It's been airing on Mondays on YouTube. It's like just a tournament for the AEW.
Okay, so it's
women's competitors.
like a Mae Young Classic lah. So they're just doing their own side tournament. I didn't know what's her name? Tiana Conti.
Tenara Conti.
Tenara Conti went to AEW. She was in this tournament.
Yeah. I heard about it.
Man.
Isn't she the one that looks like BB Rexa a bit?
A little bit. She's like
Yeah,
woo.
she Brazilian, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh,
she got
muy
the
caliente.
BJJ. Oh, sorry.
No, that's her gimmick. She brings out the belt.
The what belt?
Her whatever, don't know what belt, brown belt or I don't know, purple belt or what lah.
Oh,
she brings out the belt like part of her entrance.
Oh, she's not Ataro Ruas. Taekwondo, black belt. Capoeira, black belt. Everything, black
belt. I also have black belt.
I wear it today, black
belt.
Okay.
She's out of the tournament already. So the finals is happening on this Dynamite.
You give such a great lead in, and then like, okay, no, but she's
out. Like, it's the Nightmare Sisters. Hold on, let me roll my eyes. Why is Brandy doing anything?
But got Ellie, bro. Ellie's hot.
Oh, okay, come on. Nightmare. Brandy is hot. Dude, both of them are hot, but it's not about hot. It's about, are they interesting characters and can they wrestle? And okay, Nightmare Sisters versus Ivelisse and Diamante. The only way this works is Ivelisse and Diamante win, they get the rub, and the Nightmare Sisters implode because they've been teasing a breakup or a feud already.
Who's Diamante? She sounds very familiar. Okay, but I know who's Ivelisse. You know who's Ivelisse, right?
We've seen her before.
Ivelisse has had like her run in Lucha Underground. She's like a big name in Lucha Underground. And she was in Tough Enough, but not the most recent Tough Enough 2015. Tough Enough in 2011 when Stone Cold was the host. I remember her face.
Right.
Yeah. So she's been doing a lot of great work in the indies. And I know she's a great wrestler and a great character. So
like I said, the only way this works is for them to get the rub and the push by winning this. And the Nightmare Sisters, do we really want to see them win? No, we don't. Because they've had this whole, I vaguely know their story. It's like they are jangan tension.
Jangan tension.
Yeah, they like don't like each other.
Yeah.
But they're forced to tag team. And then...
Yeah, and is it like, what do you call it? Ellie's like have a thing for QT Marshall.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Like, whatever lah.
So a lot of the
only problem is I don't see what's the point of this whole tournament because there's not even a tag team division, women's division.
There's not even a proper singles division.
Yeah, so like, what should I introduce more wrestlers? Okay, great. But if they stay as a team, then what?
Like I said,
what are you gonna fight for?
This has to be a push for new women and a push for Ivelisse and Diamante because I don't want to see Brandy and Ellie and
completely agree. Like, if it was up to me, why not just freaking focus on your division and just make like a tournament for the women's title?
Yeah, exactly, right? Or for the number one contender lah. Because right now, Hikaru Shida every week is just, fighting random people we don't know. People that haven't been built up because I don't know why they are not like bringing naked
remember,
beast into the...
Remember, I was just about to bring up that point.
Nyla
Remember,
Rose.
Last couple of weeks, Nyla Rose revealed her manager to be Vicky Guerrero.
Then after that,
What happened?
I think maybe Vicky Guerrero was busy. She couldn't show up. So it's like, okay, I keep wanting to say Nia Jax. Nyla Rose, you chill out one corner, you know?
Nyla Rose and Nia Jax need to have a cross-promotional dream match. Which
I know,
no one
right?
will watch.
Yeah, I will watch that match.
To see who watched first, right? Anyway.
Okay, the only match that is interesting to me here is FTR versus Private Party.
Why does that interest you? I'm very curious.
Because it's like Private Party, we know that they are flip-flop, fly all over the place, no real tag team wrestling kind of team. Whereas FTR, they're like, we want to bring, proper tag team wrestling back. So I'm always intrigued by this different styles. Styles make fights, right?
Got it. I am low-key actually a big fan of Private Party.
Oh yeah, we've talked about them a lot in that they have a lot of potential, but they just need to stay away from the Young Bucks and stop trying to be Young Bucks version 2.
Yeah, and I the reason why is because I managed to hear about their story when all these Road 2 series that they put out on YouTube and get the vibe of them, and they have a very inspirational story as well. So I kind of wish they kind of put them as really baby faces. They can be AEW Street Profits, and not just because both of them are black, but I really mean they got this great vibe to them.
They all we know about them from what they've been portrayed as is two party animals. That's it.
They haven't had a chance to cut their own promos.
Correct. And then you've had Matt Hardy sort of just, I want to mentor you guys, but beyond that,
is a visual connection?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah,
I think it's not enough to just attach Matt Hardy to them. If you look at all these connections, actually, maybe that's the issue too with AEW right now. They're like, okay, let's just put a veteran together with a new guy and they just like each other or whatever bullshit, right?
Then might as well I watched NXT season 1. That's what they did, what?
Yeah, exactly. But don't you think that's what's happened? Okay, Jake and Lance Archer, what is their tangible connection other than they are both weird?
Cage and Taz.
Yeah,
Cage and Taz, why?
The other one,
Sean Spears and
Tully Blanchard. It's like these two just put together and you don't build on their relationships. There's nothing there.
The story was great at the beginning, when they started building up. But I remember I was laughing from last week's episode. You remember? I think Lance Archer
ripped off Jake's shirt. What the hell? Everybody dies. Okay.
It's elderly abuse like that.
And Jake was like,
what's going on?
I'm naked now. What the?
I don't know, bro.
And what was the point of that? Did he have a match? Who's he fighting? Who cares?
Okay, just a couple more questions about AEW. Is Moxley having some sort of feud or match with MJF? Are they going to have some sort of stare down?
They will probably have promos. They haven't announced it yet, though.
I really, really, really like what MJF is doing right now. Because obviously he's playing on the politics, having this, vote for MJF. And I think it's very current and very relevant. And you talk about a clash of styles, the biggest clash of styles of all, an MJF character against a Moxley character.
Yeah.
Do you know that he quoted the Joker from last week's promo?
What did he say?
He likened John Moxley to a rabid dog who's chasing around cars. He doesn't know what to do when he gets them. He basically ripped off a line from the Dark Knight.
Oh, is it? I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, he did. So
your nerd cred is shining through, bro.
Thanks, brother. But I don't know how to conduct a Twitch stream, so not yet.
It's okay. You can learn. Okay. You can be on my Twitch stream.
slowly.
Yes.
But back to I think I'm not saying that Moxley has had the most compelling title reign, but I think MJF is his most compelling challenger.
Yeah. Oh, that is 100% for sure. And I really hope they make something of this because let's face it, the past few feuds have been Brian Cage. He's dead now. He disappeared. FTW champion.
Moxley has basically become the CM Punk of AEW. What I mean by that is that CM Punk's year-long title reign was never the main event on most of the pay-per-views. It was always CM Punk versus Chris Jericho, and then main event is John Cena versus John Laurinaitis. Okay, seems to be the main story.
Hang on though. But let me give you a big but here, right? That one is, I feel like that's different because this is that one was like politics and everything. This one, I feel like they do like Jon Moxley, but I feel like it is because Jon Moxley really isn't a very interesting draw as a champion. Okay, we've gone through this every single episode. I don't want to jump on this again.
This is like the young bucks.
Yeah, this is the Young Bucks thing. Like now I've moved on to Jon Moxley. And the rumors of Renee Young leaving WWE, huh?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Apparently that's true. Apparently she did tender in her resignation. And okay, let's put it this way, bro. What is Renee Young doing after WWE backstage? She doesn't really have a place in the current situation, right?
I mean, she can go back and be like backstage announcer. She can host like all the the sit down interview shows.
I don't deny she's super talented, and
Dude, she is one of my favorites.
Yeah, and what I like about her is like not only she's like very professional and like she knows how to keep things running very smoothly. I was hoping, right, because there was some rumors coming along that they're gonna bring back Talking Smack.
Then she would be the perfect host.
Role.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe they're running through like their female backstage interviewers because they always have new ones coming up. Like now they have like Sarah Schreiber.
Yeah.
Charlie Caruso has become like the main girl on Raw, and I love Charlie Caruso as well. So I don't know, man. Like if Renee leaves,
well, you know where she's going.
Yeah.
You know her husband is there as the champion.
I know. So like it would make a lot of sense for her to go to AEW, but I hope that she you know how I don't know who I can use as a comparison, but like one of the female talents on WWE, not really the best utilization of her. But then when she went to a rival company, she blossomed and became like a character. Maybe the best example is Brandy. Like, give you an example, okay? Not that I'm saying that she's the best or what. I'm saying like Brandy was like a nobody backstage interview in WWE. Now she became her own character. She has storyline.
I mean, her husband is like the EVP.
We can play that card, fine. But I'm saying that now we put it in the Renee Young context. I feel that she has so much more that she can do in the wrestling world, and I think maybe if she goes to AEW, she can be more prominent.
Okay, well, don't you think she was prominent in WWE? She was on the Raw announce team for a while.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't get more prominent than that.
She got shit on though. People hated her on.
Yeah, but people will say shit no matter what, you know? But I don't think she did a very bad job. She's not like the coach the second time around.
Yeah, what happened to coach? I don't know, man.
He like lost it, yeah?
Yeah, he came back, he's like forgettable.
Yeah, talk rubbish. He was not very good the second time around. But I thought she was very good. And I actually, like I said this before, I enjoy her and Corey Graves because they are legit friends. So you can tell that there's a lot of chemistry there.
Who was that one random guy that got called up to the Raw roster and then as a commentator?
Vic Joseph.
No, that guy and the other guy, the black one with the dreads.
Oh no, because I forgot his name too.
You see?
He's super tall and he wants to be a wrestler, what? So I think he's back training. Vic Joseph is on NXT now, by the way.
So is Vic Joseph and Beth Phoenix?
Beth Phoenix as well as Mauro Ranallo.
What happened to the British guy? Nigel.
Oh, Nigel McGuinness is probably stuck in the UK lah.
Oh, so no Nigel this last couple of months.
He hasn't been on for a very long time, and it was Tom Phillips actually. But then I think they didn't want to spread him out too thin because he was already doing Raw.
He's on. Yeah, so now Tom is Raw.
Yeah.
With Byron and Samoa Joe, and then Smackdown is Corey.
Can we just say right now, watching the last few episodes of Raw, I think it was last episode too, like Samoa Joe is the MVP of Raw to me. I don't care about anybody else. He brings life to all the segments. He will put down Byron Saxton, but at the same time defend Byron Saxton and Tom Phillips. You know what I mean?
Samoa Joe,
he's the greatest now.
You talk about being underutilized, right? Samoa Joe is like, to me, right, it's like he can do commentary with his eyes closed.
Yeah.
He can become a character on the show, you know. Even if he doesn't wrestle, right, he can do everything else much better than a lot of people. Yeah. And we're still talking about this guy who we still want him to become the world champion at least once.
Yeah, at least give him one title reign, right? But once he heals, I'm sure it is like you can easily write that story, and people will cheer him like mad because he is Samoa Joe and he's been in our ears. He's the voice of Raw now.
He's so easy to compare to Tess back in the day.
Yeah,
because obviously like the build, the look, it feels like a Tess, right?
Yeah.
But right. The difference is when Tess became a commentator, it felt like a permanent thing. Like, okay, you know what? WWE gave up on Tess as a wrestler, wasn't a commentator. But Samoa Joe, I feel like
still got hope.
He got like a Daniel Cormier vibe. I don't know. Daniel Cormier, he was commentating, but like we just can't wait for him to become to fight in a title fight.
Well, I mean, not anymore. Like he officially retired, but then again, he could come back.
Yeah,
But
he came back. He came back just to finish off this match. Is it?
Yeah,
like
no, I know he hadn't retired before Stipe.
But he was commentating like on a permanent basis, right?
Regular basis. Like if it wasn't him, it was Dominic Cruiser. So they would just rotate. But with Samoa Joe, I know what you mean. Like it feels like there's one more run in him. But I wish he could commentate on himself. oh, speaking of which, you know what is really cocked, right? You know, I've been playing UFC for the new game.
Yeah.
I've been streaming that as well. So I decided to test it because Joe Rogan's not on the game, which is a crime. But the commentators are John Anik and DC, Daniel Cormier. Okay. So I'm like, what if I play DC in the game? Will he like be self-aware? Will he talk about himself? And it kind of sucks. I feel like they missed an opportunity. He just talks as if DC is somebody else.
Alamak.
Oh yeah, so DC has like these fast jabs, blah blah blah. I'm like, you're talking about yourself, bro.
He's commentating himself, lah.
Yeah, but he doesn't do like a tongue in cheek, like, you know. There's nothing funny. I was hoping they would be like throw in some jokes about how he's commentating about himself, but no, none of that.
Are you used to the commentary in UFC 4 now without Joe Rogan?
Yeah, I guess, but
like it's not such a takeaway.
No, it's not. But to be honest, I understand why. I mean, Joe had said that he thinks the whole commentary system on these video games suck because they're not really good, right? It's just a lot of cut and paste, and I get it too because the commentary is not the greatest. Like, but that has been said about every wrestling game. Like somehow FIFA and like NBA 2K, like those sports games have the commentary down perfectly. I don't know how they must spend a lot of time on it. But wrestling games and MMA games, not really. After a while, you're like, oh, I've heard this like phrase a billion times.
No, but the thing is, okay, I cannot speak for NBA, but I can speak for FIFA, right? They do reuse a lot of the same phrases.
Yeah.
But it's just the way it's being placed. It feels very natural. You know?
Yeah, it feels like it belongs there. But you remember when you used to play WWE 2K19, like sometimes certain like calls wouldn't even fit the match. And it would just come out. It's like, huh?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, but anyway, that was a bit of a sidetrack.
No, but it's I mean, just to wrap it up, right? Like when I think about commentary and like voiceovers, I really wish they have that in like career mode for wrestling and all that. But I understand it's super extensive and it'll be really hard if you want to create your own season and then come up with voiceover. If someone can come up with a freaking program in the near future where you can basically have an AI commentary, like artificial intelligence, that they can like be a smart commentary of, and that would be amazing.
Wait for the PlayStation 7 or 10. We're still a while away from that. Okay, let's dive into this weekend then. We talked about AEW Dynamite already. Let's talk about NXT 30 or NXT TakeOver XXX. Yeah. So I want to see some XXX action.
Hey.
In this one.
Scarlet Border will be in the main event, I hope.
Ooh, Scarlet Border. Anyway, like we said, okay, the last hour of Dynamite overlaps with the first hour of NXT 30, so there's your head-to-head. Right. We kick off, I guess, with Breezango versus Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Legado del Fantasma.
What's at stake, bro? Or are they just fighting because they are rivals right now?
Number one contender for the NXT Tag Team Championships.
Okay,
so they will face Imperium next lah.
That will be cool. So wait, they're not gonna face it at the show itself lah?
No, this is just the number one contenders match.
Got it.
It's an interesting thing because like they've like Legado del Fantasma, I feel like they've had a thing with Breezango for a while already. And then Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch, they've been in NXT forever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how to call this one. I really like what Del Fantasma is doing, but I like what Escobar is doing, not the other two. This tag team is the other two, Raul Mendoza and Joaquim Wild.
Okay, the thing is, for me, like in terms of name value, Breezango, I just gravitate towards that. Like, even when they came back on their NXT run, right, this last couple of months, like they've been great, man. Like I love them, you know, and I hope they never split up. So
I don't think they need the titles here. I think Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch win, actually.
I don't know what's the story that they're trying to tell though with all of them.
Just the number one contender law for Imperium.
But wouldn't like for me lah, wouldn't like someone like Breezango be a more compelling opponent for Imperium? Like because
Yeah.
of like the value, the name value.
Yeah, there's a huge like disparity between their characters, if that's what you're saying. Like, you know, you got these two idiots who are dancing around, and you got Imperium's like the match is sacred. So there's definitely a very compelling story to be told. You're right.
Yeah, and also Breezango has shown that they can have a serious side as well.
Oh
especially against Legaldo, Fantasma.
Okay, can we both just agree that Mendoza and Wild are not winning this?
No.
Because it makes no sense. First of all, they are like the two jobbers of Escobar. They are heels, and we don't need a heel versus heel match versus Imperium, because Imperium are heel, right? So the only ones that make sense are the two face teams. Now, my thing with Breezango is they've been there, they've like, you know, won titles, moved to Raw, come back. So I feel like they don't need it. I feel like Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch need the push. And I feel like that team versus Imperium will be a very hard-hitting, gritty fight that I actually want to see.
Okay, I can see the appeal of it, man. Like, I love Oni Lorcan, I love Danny Burch. Like, they're just like tough-looking motherfuckers, you know?
Yeah, exactly. They are two tough guys who you assume will go and drink a beer together and, you know, go to the pub and whatnot. So I feel like, I don't know, for that to work though, I think that they need to give them more of a character. Like, I just remember one promo of them sitting in a bar, drinking. That's it.
Yeah. I can imagine.
What else?
Yeah, they're like the new The Bar, I guess. The Bar.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, but let's agree that you're probably gonna go for Lorcan and Birch.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna go for Breezango.
Breezango. There you go.
Yeah. And of course, to me, Imperium should just still run roughshod in NXT because I think they've been awesome.
Yeah. But I mean, is Walter even around? He's still in the UK, right? So it's only the two of them.
No, he is.
Yes?
He's fighting Seth Rollins at SummerSlam.
Stop it, bro. Stop it. Okay, next up. Let's talk about Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, Cameron Grimes, Johnny Gargano, and Velveteen Dream North American Championship. Do we see somebody new winning the title as someone who hasn't held the title before? Because, in this match itself, Johnny Gargano and Velveteen Dream, they've won the title before, right?
Yeah.
Is it time? And interestingly enough, there's only 5 in this ladder match.
Good. I think it's great to spotlight more of the other wrestlers. Out of the other new remaining stars that hasn't won a title, I don't mean, like, a couple of them stand out to me, like Bronson Reed, Thick Boy has been doing quite well.
Yeah.
Like, has been prominently featured the last couple of weeks. You talk about someone like what's his face?
Priest.
Okay, Damian Priest is also very overdue a title win. He's been doing
I'm an archer. Look, I'm the archer of infamy.
You're definitely infamous.
Oh God.
Okay, but yeah, he's also overdue. Like, I think I'm actually quite surprised he hasn't won a title in his NXT run so far.
I feel like he's going to be one of those guys who's just there to put over other. It feels like they have nothing for him.
Who's the other guy? Who's the last guy?
Cameron Grimes.
Maybe.
I feel like Cameron Grimes. Okay, you know, if I were to book this and put on my booker's hat, I would give it to Cameron Grimes.
Okay.
And just have him be the most annoying little prick of a champion. Because we love that. That's what sells, right? You want the annoying prick champion to lose. So then after that, he gets to feud with Bronson Reed. He gets to feud with Damian Priest.
You know who I really wanted to win, but he's not in this tournament?
Who?
He got
Timothy
injured.
Thatcher?
No.
Oh, who?
Dexter Lumis.
Oh, right. Yeah. Dexter Lumis. Yes. There's another guy.
If Dexter didn't get injured, because I remember he won his qualifying match, but then because he got injured, he got taken out.
Yeah.
He would have been the surefire winner because he had such great momentum coming into the last couple of months.
Yeah. Actually, can you imagine a Dexter Lumis, Cameron Grimes feud? Their characters are so far apart. One is quiet and creepy.
I can imagine Cameron Grimes being like the chicken shit heel running away from Dexter, right?
Yeah, and then Dexter will kidnap him, and then you're like, what did you do? And then he Cameron Grimes. Actually, you know what? Cameron Grimes is such a versatile heel. I feel he can go up against any of them and make any of them look good. So I'm actually very high on Cameron Grimes.
One question: why your Cameron Grimes sound
Jamie Noble,
like Jamie Noble?
Inside, I'm my sex toys and my briefcase. I got it all. Nydia.
I was just watching SummerSlam 2002, and
Oh,
there was
see
a
that-
segment where Jamie Noble was encouraging Nydia to make out with some guys. I think it was. I don't know what segment was that all about.
Oh no, Nydia, what are you doing? Go kiss that guy. Oh,
God.
I love Jamie Noble. He's such an underrated talent. But yeah, maybe Cameron Grimes can be the next Jamie Noble.
Okay, now I know why you're so attracted to him.
Why?
Because he reminds you of Jamie Noble.
Jamie Noble. Okay. No, but like I said, like he really does stand out in a world of freaking long wet hair or bald. Like there's so many wrestling archetypes.
Who are like A,
like
B, C.
very like template. Even like Karrion Kross, I feel like he's a bit of a template.
Okay.
Bald, badass. 666 Doomsday, death is coming, some shit.
You just call him 666.
No, shit like that. We've seen 1,000,001 times, what?
Yeah,
to be honest, right? But then Cameron Grimes, to me, is something completely different.
Cool. I mean, I always like different. That's why I like Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
But of course, I know that he won't really win this time around. But yeah, if I had to make a choice, I would probably go with Bronson Reed. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, obviously, it could be too soon, but I just like the look. I just like the look of him as a champion.
Right. Do you think it's too early to give him like the championship? Like, why not make him fight for it? Why not chase? Have him chase.
Well, obviously, if you say it like that, then someone like Damian Priest should be winning.
Yeah, but I feel like Damian Priest is a bit boring, to be honest. Like,
yeah, that's why, because I think he's a bit old news. And you know who's old news?
Who?
And I'm quite surprised he's not even in this. Dominik Dijakovic.
Oh, is he injured or what?
No, he's probably with Retribution. from the rumors, huh?
Yeah, but the problem is everyone in Retribution looks like a teenager. So Dominik Dijakovic is quite big.
The plan, I tell you, is still gonna happen.
Okay, you know what's very interesting? Not once have we mentioned Johnny Gargano winning this.
Do you know about his new nickname, right?
The what?
The
All
Wednesday
Heart, No
Night.
Soul. Oh,
No,
what?
the Wednesday Night.
The Wednesday Night.
He literally called himself the Wednesday, and the night is like the
Okay.
Dark Night.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, apparently. So he's the Wednesday Night. He's the hero that you deserve. The protector that you deserve.
Okay, like it fits him because he's such like a comic book guy as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, maybe.
this is an exciting match. I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, any one of these guys winning actually could be quite exciting.
If
I'm
he
okay.
was,
Finn Balor costs Velveteen Dream.
The match,
Yeah.
doesn't Finn Balor have a ongoing rivalry with like was it Timothy Thatcher or something? Because this past week's NXT, Finn Balor and Velveteen Dream was the main event, but there was a run-in, right?
Yeah. But was it? I think I might have gone to the toilet at the point.
I know, like their specific rivals ran in and like this like.
No, but everyone came in at one point. So who knows who's actually facing who? Because Cameron Grimes was the first one to come in. He came in to climb the ladder to sit there, and he touched the North American title. He held it. Then like, that's not your title. Then he's like, I love this title, my sex briefcase.
It's the typical like go home show kind of segment. Like,
yeah. Then everyone comes in. Of course, Bronson Reed is the one who clears house and stands in the middle of the ring with the title, which means he's not going to win.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so other than this match, what's the next one? Because I want to talk about obviously the main event. But
yes, let's move on. Io Shirai versus Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai has Raquel Gonzalez in her corner. Her whole story was like, I don't need Raquel to beat you. I'm going to do this on my own. And then the night before, or the event before, Raquel Gonzalez comes back. She went back on her word.
Interesting. But
Like
obviously,
mid-boss.
Io Shirai is going to win.
Yeah, I really don't see Dakota Kai.
Just move on.
Move on, huh? Michael Cole. Adam Cole. Wrong Cole. Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee. I think we've talked about this quite a lot already.
They made it interesting to the point that, I want to see the match. But come on.
Yeah.
Anything other than Adam Cole winning is a travesty.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. It's probably going to be a massive schmoz with everyone getting involved. And that could be the way Adam Cole loses, which could be very embarrassing for Adam Cole.
Yeah, perhaps. We shall see. And I hope Adam Cole doesn't lose because I want him on the main roster soon. And if he's going to come into the main roster, having had a loss with Pat McAfee, a bit paiseh lah, bro.
Well, you know what they say, you go out on your back.
Not to Pat McAfee.
Wow, maybe Pat McAfee is going to show us some incredible skill we never knew he had.
Unless Pat McAfee is being pushed to become a new NXT superstar and he's going to win the titles in the future, then maybe I can consider. But
maybe that could be it. Well,
if not, then no.
Judging from this week's promo, I think they must see him like as a future talent. Yeah, he definitely has the potential. Okay, then main event.
Let's see whether he can wrestle.
Yeah. Main event. Let's talk about that. Keith Lee, the champion. Can he even see versus Karrion Kross with Scarlett, of course, in his corner.
Okay, I only got one gripe. Don't you think Karrion Kross is being pushed to the main event too soon?
You have to. I feel like there was no other way. Like, what are you going to do? Have him fight for the North American title first? Like, he came in with such hype, with this doomsday thing, and
he took out Ciampa in just one match, right?
Yeah. I don't know what happened to Ciampa. Yeah.
Since.
Like, okay, let me give you an example, like Undertaker. You're not going to have Undertaker come in and then he's going to be in the mid card for a while. He came in immediately and like put people down,
Okay, but if Karrion Kross were to lose, which I think he will, what's that going to do to his facade,
Oh my God.
Aura.
That you know what that would be? That would be an AEW booking. Like, Lance Archer came in with all that hype, Murder Hawk, lose, and then died.
Yeah.
Disappeared. Same with Brian Cage. So I hope NXT are not quite as dumb. I honestly feel like this match will also be a schmoz.
You know that Keith Lee can't drop his title. He just won it.
Yeah.
And they're trying to establish him as like the main guy and all that. So if Karrion Kross is gonna beat him, it will be the detriment to Keith Lee.
Double count out. Not even a double count out, like a disqualification, the ring explodes.
Oh my God.
Some weird shit. I feel like
Karrion Kross like kidnap Keith Lee and like they disappear.
Into the water, like a swamp fight.
Or Ciampa comes back and returns and beat up Karrion Kross. I don't know.
Actually, that would be the only way you could book Karrion Kross to lose. Ciampa comes back and beats him over the head with a lead pipe or some shit.
Yeah, that would be pretty. Yeah, that's them writing themselves out of this booking hole.
Correct. Because you're exactly right. Right now, none of these two can afford a loss.
Yeah. So
the only way to have one of them lose is some ridiculous run-in or schmoz, ring explodes, building implodes, whatever.
Yeah, I want to see the building implode. That'll be awesome. It's like what's the ending? What movie was it? When like it's an explosion, but the explosion go in and it explodes out. Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen
in WWE Battleground. That's what will happen in WWE Battleground, not NXT though. So interesting lah. I mean, I already called schmoz for Adam Cole, Pat McAfee. So I don't think they'll do two schmozes in a row or in the same card.
I'd rather see Adam Cole winning clean, and then the schmoz happen in the main event. Fair enough.
Right. Yeah. Well, then maybe they could put the main event as the North American. No, it has to be the
NXT.
Yeah. It has to be.
Come on. Keith Lee has to be basking in his main event glory.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's your NXT. So that would be Sunday morning. Sunday morning is going to be like 4 hours of wrestling, yeah?
It's going to be awesome, man. Sunday morning and then Monday morning.
And then Monday morning. Yeah.
If you work from home, it'll be an awesome way to start your week.
You know it, man. Okay, Monday morning, here we go. SummerSlam.
Hey.
I don't know what the exact order is, but we'll just go through the card, huh? Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Of course, Zelina Vega and Bianca Belair are going to play a part in this.
Obviously, we got to provide some context on what happened this past week on Raw. It has been revealed that apparently Zelina Vega is the one that poisoned Montez Ford.
Like there was going to be anybody else. Oh, what? What's his face? Montez Ford's partner turned on him. No,
Dawkins.
Right? Dawkins.
No, I like how they played the mystery for one episode.
Yeah. Well, and I think Joe made this segment work too, because he was the one who was like,
I know, I saw what you did.
I saw it. Like the way he played it off was so cool, and it's like, man, he should be involved in every segment. Just
I tell you, I want Samoa Joe to be the mediator for everything in life.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. Right.
I got problem with that neighbor or that guy who drive.
Samoa Joe.
My lane. Samoa Joe will come.
Yeah.
He will make us both of us feel like shit.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. Right. He's like the perfect mediator to everything. So, is it time for Andrade and Angel Garza to win some gold?
No, I really like Street Profit as like the focal point of the tag team division. I want them to be the champions for a long time.
Yeah. If anything, is this a launching pad for Bianca Belair versus Zelina Vega?
Could be. They could either be a distraction in this match or they play a huge part in the finish of the match.
Yeah.
If, like you said, if Andrade and Garza is going to steal the victory, the only way I can see is through Zelina Vega doing some sort of schmoz kind of interruption.
Or maybe she poisons Bianca Belair and then Montez Ford says, "Oh, my wife." That sounds like it could happen.
Bro, poison in any other situation, bro, is a criminal charge that you can get there. It's attempted murder, bro.
Yeah. In wrestling, it's just, you gonna body slam.
Whatever.
Maybe they use a poison dart this time instead of
much better than Viking Raiders and Street Profits having a basketball challenge. So let's say the better.
Yeah, true. But if the Street Profits drop the titles, Andrade and Angel now can have a feud with the Viking Raiders. It opens up more, interesting things. Because, if Street Profits retain, right, who are they going to challenge next? They've already challenged the Viking Raiders, their best friends, right? Andrade and Angel Garza. What? Again?
Yeah.
Who's next?
The returning AOP.
Okay, never mind. Let's move on. I don't know. I feel like it's time to give Andrade and Angel the rub. Let them, and then, like I said, they can feud with other teams. Yeah.
I can see where you're coming from. But my money is on Street Profits.
Oh, yeah. Okay, next up, talk about Money. The US champion, Apollo Crews versus MVP. Hurt Business is barred from ringside.
Damn. I am such a fan of MVP. He has been my MVP of the COVID era on Raw. I mean,
yes.
He's just, everything about him is so compelling right now. And I believe that he will lay down for Apollo Crews.
Yeah, just to put the young guy over, right? That's the whole point of him being back. Especially with no Lashley and Benjamin, it doesn't make sense for him to pick up the victory here. Unless somehow they circumvent the rules and show up.
Yeah. Do you feel that Apollo Crews has been showing more personality recently? Are you starting to grow on him?
I think he needs to try harder
he needs to grow more.
Yeah. Oh no, as a character because right now it's a lot of fire, it's a lot of but you know what it feels like to me? It feels like a Rocky Maivia.
Do you know who has had the most compelling, interesting character out of this whole scenario so far?
Who?
Cedric Alexander.
Oh, right, because they're throwing in the whole
like this past week on Raw, they
trying
were
to turn him.
Yeah, they were like, you know what? You can sit out to this match because I want you to rest, whatever it is, right? Ricochet told him to do that, or was it Apollo Crews that told him to do that?
One of them, and then MVP was in his ear, hey, look, they don't even think you are, good enough, blah blah blah. So could it be that Cedric Alexander turns on Apollo Crews here?
Could be a Skywalker moment, bro. I feel like
a Skywalker moment.
Anakin Skywalker turn to the dark side.
But it's Cedric Alexander. He's not even. But when you say Skywalker, I'm thinking main event shit.
Okay. Fair enough. Sorry, to me, Star Wars is not amazing. Okay, but anyway. No, what I mean is the most interesting thing that might come from this entire match and angle is that Cedric Alexander or someone else joins the Hurt Business and grows their crew.
It makes sense that Cedric Alexander joins, and at least now Cedric Alexander can have matches with Apollo Crews. He can heal it up and face Ricochet. I'm sure those two will put on amazing matches.
To me, I see the US division as Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, Ricochet. All these people can have dope kick-ass matches, bruh.
Yeah, they could be flying all over the place. Yeah. So, okay. With Lashley and Benjamin barred, exactly it. That leaves the door open for somebody else to turn and join the Hurt Business.
That, let's say, perfect sense, right? Okay, Hurt Business, but Cedric Alexander is not but. Maybe he make a decision to come in and interfere. Yeah. That could lead to MVP winning, or that could happen post-match.
Correct.
For me, either way works for me.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think we can both agree though that this is, despite when you look at it on paper in 2020, Apollo Crews versus MVP, the fuck? If you were looking at this 2 years ago, you'd be like, the hell is this? Yeah, but now when you look at the match, it's like, shit, it's actually quite interesting. Got layer one.
MVP has made the US title scene compelling.
Yes.
All kudos to him.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on then. Oh, by the way, I mentioned there's no Raw Underground match. Well, it is Underground. It's not Raw, so...
Yeah, so Raw I guess Raw Underground is its own entity on Raw, which I find really interesting. And of course, we can touch about what happened on Raw Underground this past week. But what, for me personally, like the thing that they're doing right in Raw Underground is they are using it to build stars and like further storylines, and that one I can appreciate.
Are they though? Are they really? Like Shayna Baszler,
Shayna Baszler,
They finally brought in her horsewomen friends. Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir.
They pushed the Nia Jax, rivalry with Shayna Baszler through there. They created a new rivalry, bro. Dolph Ziggler and the Viking Raiders.
Oh, and Ivar,
yeah,
that's true.
Seems like they have a thing. And my favorite guy, Atano Ruas, black belt.
Black belt. What's his face wasn't on the
Daba Keto?
Daba, yeah.
Daba, yeah.
He wasn't on Yabba Dabba Doo.
You hurt his feelings, bro, last week.
By not being able to remember his name, huh?
Yeah, but they really had a great spotlight with Riddick Moss. I think to me, the most exciting thing was actually the Riddick Moss and Atano Ruas fight, bro.
Really? I completely missed it.
Oh man, that's such a waste, because that fight felt like the most realistic brawl out of everything. Right. Because they brawled to a draw. What happened was they fight, and then they fell off the stage, and then they started pushing and beating up the other people that was in the audience.
Essentially, it was a schmoz lah.
It was a schmoz, but I felt that kind of like anything goes kind of vibe fits Raw Underground.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still now I'm starting to get a bit bored of Raw Underground, to be honest.
Is it? Are you kind of losing interest?
Yeah, because.
You want to know what's the rumors that has been like circling around?
What?
They want to create a championship for specifically Raw Underground.
I don't know if that is exciting news at all. I don't care.
We agreed that sooner or later Raw Underground needs to reveal like what is the purpose of Raw Underground. Like what are they fighting for?
Make it money. Make it like
Def Jam.
Def Jam, yeah. Pride or something, but not a belt. Then it's a glorified hardcore belt.
Which is exactly what they're trying to... What basically the rumor report they were trying to make out is like, you're going to make like a belt that is like a bit like rugged and like kind of like...
Smashed up lah.
Yeah.
But you already have the 24/7 championship for that. Just smash up the 24 championship. Get rid of that. Or break it.
The Flavor Flav title. Speaking of 24/7 title, this past Raw they had like a couple of changes, bro. You know about that?
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin and then Cedric Alexander and then back to Shelton. So I don't know, man. I like that it's on Shelton now.
I just wish that the Hurt Business would continue running.
Yeah, they should have stick with that idea from the first episode.
That whole Def Jam thing was like it was awesome, and then now it's sort of like a bunch of people fight. It's like they show up on main Raw, they show up on Raw Underground once in a while.
Can we agree that the best image from Raw Underground so far has been the ending of the first Raw Underground, where it's Hurt Business standing tall?
Yeah. You see, that's the thing about wrestling too. It's about the moments, right? You remember, you don't so much remember the matches, you remember the moments. And so far, Raw Underground, the only moment that really stands out is that one. No other moments.
Bro, you brought a great point. Imagine bro, they still having their relevant storylines on the main Raw roster, and then like maybe like if while MVP is like fighting a match at Raw, then after that like it cuts back to like Shelton Benjamin and like Leslie at the VIP scene, like still having the Raw Underground happening. Go on, fight. But then they're like checking out, like they have like a TV screen watching Raw.
Both, yeah,
that would be dope.
It'd be super dope. But we are not writing this shit, so now it's just throwaway. I feel like it's become throwaway segments. And to go back to memorable moments and matches, none of the Raw Underground matches are memorable to me. It's just a bunch of... It just seems like a bunch of random moves. Try to make it look like MMA, and that's it, right? There's no moments in there because it's supposed to be rough and tough and quote-unquote real. So
the only issue, you're right. They're making the fights feel more like highlights, only last for 1 minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah. So there's nothing memorable about these fights. It's just the imagery, right? And if you see the same thing over and over and over again, then it will be very boring after a while.
That is why, like I said, sooner or later, they need to have a purpose for Raw Underground. They need to have a fight purse, like you said.
Dancers.
They have to... Cannot, bro. PG must respect women's evolution.
Then have male dancers and female dancers. Nothing wrong with dancers.
Bro, they just open up a club lah. That's why you call it a club, right?
It should be a club. Okay lah, fine.
Okay, like fine. Raw Underground and Baliza, okay?
Okay, let's
Anyway,
move on then.
back to
let's move on.
SummerSlam.
Back to SummerSlam.
Back to
Mandy Rose
SummerSlam.
versus Sonya Deville. Hair versus hair match. What is going on?
If you're gonna tell me, right, bro, 2 years ago, right, that one of the most compelling angles going to SummerSlam is
Hair versus
Mandy versus Sonya. Wow, I will laugh at you, man.
Okay, compelling is compelling. It's interesting, and they're obviously best friends, so this makes a lot of sense for them to work together. Who's getting the buzz cut?
Okay, before we start all that, I want to say that I'm glad to hear that Sonya Deville is safe. She had like a kidnapper situation earlier this week. Some crazy ass.
Wasn't
stalker.
she staying with Mandy Rose too?
I don't know what it was. I think she was staying with someone else. I don't know.
Oh, is it? Okay.
She probably staying with her partner. But basically, this crazy ass dude broke into her house, and the only reason she managed to like subdue them was because she had like a burglar alarm.
Oh, okay. Not she like went all MMA on him and
she probably would have done that, if,
elbow him in the face.
That's the thing. I can't remember during the report they say whether she was at home when that happened. But bro, like think about it, man. Like she's really, really young. People forget how young Sonya Deville is. Yeah. She's only 26, bro.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, she is very young. So she has a long way to go.
Yeah, and like she's still building up her career. She's having a lot of great reactions right now. But for that to happen like very early in your career, I hope she's not so affected, especially as such a big match coming up, right?
Yeah.
But to answer your question, who I think needs the buzz cut, Serena, aka Sonya Deville, deserves to have the buzz cut.
What's Serena?
Do you know about Serena?
Yeah. As in, she joined the CM Punk's group. Yeah, so she shaved her head. Yeah, so what? Sonya Deville is going to shave her head. Is that going to lead to her being like even more crazy, more?
I think an
evolution of her character.
I think she can pull off that G.I. Jane badass look. Do you think so?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I think both of them could pull it off. It's just like storyline wise, how does it,
I think
fly?
I think she might go crazy because what Mandy Rose said in her promo was really interesting. It's like, you think you don't give a shit about all your selfies as well, man? You think you're not vain, man? Let's put your cards on the table. Okay, you shave your head. And then imagine she has the mental breakdown from shaving her head, not Mandy Rose.
Not Mandy Rose, right. So, but Mandy did cut her hair shorter.
Yeah,
so
which I think looks quite hot.
Well, I mean, it's Mandy Rose. So.
Yeah, that's true.
I've
said the word hot a lot in this podcast.
Yeah, why?
I'm very cognizant of that.
Okay, yeah. So if you hear foreign say hot one more time, take a shot.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Okay, so intriguing match. The match quality itself, okay, whatever. It's a match.
No, I really think it's gonna be quite.
Oh, what? You think it's gonna be a 5-star classic Tokyo Dome match?
I think it's gonna be a Raw Underground level match. like I know I can see the intensity. I can imagine both of them like going all out and beating.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be a friggin',
Bro, you want to watch,
Asuka, Bailey,
Tanahashi, or Okada, then obviously you're not gonna watch Sonya versus Mandy.
Yeah, okay.
It's the story that will drive the match forward,
Okay.
And anyway, I want Sonya to be the one that gets a head shave.
I think I agree with you. This makes more sense, and it opens up the door for character development as well.
Yes.
Because if Mandy Rose, I feel like if she loses her hair, storyline-wise, it kind of basically means she disappears for a while.
Isn't it dope that we have like a badass bald-headed girl as a part of wrestling roster? I think wrestling needs a bald-headed woman.
Yeah. Okay. Question, where's Otis? Our Money in the Bank winner. That whole thing just gone.
Otis is the house husband to Mandy Rose.
So he's at home taking care of things while she's out there.
Yeah, he's the one cooking for her and all that lah. Jaga the house. I don't know, man. Like obviously, Otis has cooled down significantly since he won the Money in the Bank.
The storyline is no longer about their relationship; it's about Mandy and Sonya, which is great. I like that.
It. Yeah.
But it's also put Otis in this weird spot where it's like, what the f*** is he doing?
I think Otis needs to eventually be reheated so that he can, be taken seriously. Although I feel that he shouldn't go for the main title first. I still think that he should be built up in the mid-card division. Maybe win the IC title first.
You want him to cash in on the IC title.
Okay,
he is dumb. He's a bit like toot, but he's not that dumb. Okay, he's definitely going to go for a main title. And looking at the main title scene right now, there's no way you're going to let Otis take the title off Braun Strowman, Fiend, Drew, or Randy. It makes zero sense.
That is why I'm not saying that he's dumb, but at his current level, I feel like if he wants to
IC.
cash in, he should cash on the IC title.
So,
I don't know, man.
I also don't want him to cash in on AJ Styles, who's building something with Matt Riddle. I don't want him to cash in on MVP to win the US title.
Cash in on the 24/7 title. That is his level, is it?
Yes. Oh,
okay,
shit.
Like to me, I feel like he should hold on to the belt, to the briefcase, not cash it at all. Build him up again as a wrestler. Like let him run with heavy machinery with Tucker for a while. Win the tag team titles. Be taken seriously. Once he's taken, maybe by the end of the year, I don't know. He can even turn heel for all I care.
Yeah.
But when the moment he cashes in, it needs to be like, whoa, yeah, Otis is cashing in instead of what?
Him. Oh, we forgot that he had the title. Oh, big shot. Whoa, right? Okay, I wonder if let's say Mandy Rose loses this hair versus hair, and that changes her character, mindset, whatever, and that causes the breakup of Otis and Mandy. So the storyline goes back to Otis and Mandy, and then that is the driving force behind him. I don't know. Building his character back
maybe
up.
I'm an idealist, but I hope the relationship lasts more than a few months. So I hope, they can be like legit partners. They can go off and do their own thing for a while.
Yeah.
But like, I kind of want to see Otis and Mandy celebrate in the arena with people. You miss that opportunity. You know?
It's like a Elizabeth and Randy Savage.
Yeah.
But they were together in real life. This one is not. But
I mean, who doesn't want to be with Otis in real life, man? Like, damn, that hunk of meat.
Well, apparently Otis is a sexy one. Iva is very sexy as well. Yeah. I don't know what the narrative is going on in the WWE. It's the beards, is it?
I think the writers are people who wants to see people that look like them be reflected and get girls. I don't know.
Okay, well, let's not go there. Okay, let's talk about the other women's matches now. Interesting development. Asuka has 2 matches, right? Yeah. I mean, I know like some people are like, what the hell? Give somebody else a shot. But I actually like it in that now there's this very interesting dynamic between Asuka, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. Because, okay, Asuka is going to go for the Raw Women's Championship first versus Sasha Banks. And then after that, it will be versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I believe on Raw, Bayley and Sasha had this whole thing of, I'll soften her up for you. Or like who goes first type of deal.
Okay, I can see why you might find it interesting. There's a running thread towards the both women's title. But personally, I didn't like it when Asuka won that Battle Royal.
It took away from a lot of deserving talent. Yeah,
I did. I was rooting for Shayna Baszler, to be honest. But I would think that it would be quite wasted if Asuka didn't win at least one title.
Right. Yeah.
She needs to win something, and that would lead to some sort of dissolution between Sasha and Bayley.
Do you think it's time, or do you think the golden role models have more legs to?
I
feel like they should still. They remind me of like a 2-man power trip or 2-woman power trip.
Yeah, right? But that managed to last longer, lah.
Yeah, that managed. And here's the thing: the next pay-per-view is Payback, which is 1 week after SummerSlam. I don't understand that.
So that should be a schmoz finish.
No, I feel like first of all, let's address the fact that why are they holding the next pay-per-view
at Payback? They are, that they're gonna put up their tag team titles on the line.
Yeah, but why is the next pay-per-view 1 week after SummerSlam?
That one I don't know. That one you cannot ask me.
Do you think it's to capitalize on the fact that they are at the Amway Center and the Amway Center contract is only a short amount of time?
Possible. I mean, I know they are running it all the way until like winter. Until October.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, so it's not as if they are not gonna be having matches after that.
So this doesn't make sense because I just Googled it. Payback is Sunday, 30th of August. So it's 1 week after SummerSlam.
What the hell? Yeah. It's the weirdest booking ever. So do you feel that Payback is just going to be a lot of SummerSlam rematches? So all the matches are going to be like schmozzes or what?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird.
Yeah. The only thing I can think is maybe schmozzes, weird, like unresolved feuds that need to be resolved at a major pay-per-view. And then, let's resolve it at Payback.
Unresolved daddy issues, basically.
So, coming back to this, like, I guess it's exciting because I don't know how they're going to book this.
Yeah.
Like Asuka winning both titles would make the Golden Role Models look very bad. But it would be a cool moment.
Asuka didn't win 2 belts, right? Like
Nope.
only Becky won it, right?
Only Becky is 2 belts Becky. Or
Asuka only won the Raw title.
Yeah. No, but Asuka has won all the titles before, separately.
Right? Oh, yeah, she was SmackDown champion before. Yeah.
So she's...
So like, I can imagine her... I don't think she will win both titles. I think she will win one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like the first match she barely lost to Sasha, and then like she's injured and blah blah, blah, and then she have that
big comeback
against Bayley. Victory against Bayley.
Yeah.
And then I kind of want the Golden Role Models to drop their tag team titles.
So Bayley will be like, "Why didn't you help me?" Or what the hell? Then this
do we know who they're fighting for?
We don't. That's the thing. And judging by what has happened in the past Raw, like Asuka and Shayna Baszler like hanging out and shit like that. They weren't hanging out, but they had a moment where the two of them were together. I feel like maybe that's where they're going. Asuka and Shayna versus the Golden Role Models at Payback.
Bro, but legit, right? If you talk about two women power trip, right? Asuka and Shayna is a legit 2 women power trip, man.
So I wonder if it's a case of Asuka loses both matches and then at Payback she wins the tag team titles with Shayna Baszler.
Possible.
Yeah. But there's so many combinations right now.
But one question is, if Asuka loses the title, who is the one that's going to take over the number 1 contendership?
For what?
So if Asuka loses her SummerSlam like matches, right? Yeah. Who's gonna stand up to Sasha and Bayley after that? Wow. Yeah. So that's the question. That's all you have to answer.
Push a new face.
Yeah, I guess you have to push a new face. Like you have to, bring up the women's. There is a lot, and I really want. I don't know whether Shayna's gonna be like the badass face, but she should really, really be the one that takes over next.
I don't know about the presentation of Shayna recently, but I feel like, especially in the last Raw, it's almost as if they're pushing her towards becoming a face, a badass face.
Yeah, like a badass face, right?
Do you get that feeling?
Yeah, I agree as well.
Yeah. So maybe that is, the way that they're doing it. So Asuka wins one of these matches and then, causes the dissolution. And they win the tag team titles or whatever. There are many permutations.
I mean, I like the fact that right now the women's division is so deep.
And unpredictable,
They have a lot of stories that's being told, man. It's like across... people, like you said, people may hide the criticism that it's always Asuka, it's always Sasha, it's always Bayley. But then now they have Shayna Baszler back in the picture.
Yep.
They have a Nia Jax rivalry that is like brewing right now.
They have Bianca Belair
and Zelina Vega having their thing.
Yeah.
They have the Iconics and fighting with the Riot Squad.
Yeah.
Bro, it's damn deep, bro.
Yeah, there are multiple storylines. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
Yeah. We haven't even talked about Alexa Bliss.
I think she's more involved in the main event now. And let's...
I just love it that like basically the women are having so many prominent roles in this.
Okay, before we get to Alexa Bliss, let's talk about Dominik Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. It's a street fight.
Walter.
How do we see... Walter. How do we see this play out?
Okay, first of all, I'm very curious to see what Dominik Mysterio is going to be wearing.
He's going to be wearing jeans and a t-shirt. He's not a proper wrestler yet. Not at least his his character.
The new development coming out of this past week's Raw is that Rey Mysterio has returned and he's going to be in his corner.
Yeah, well,
so we're going to have Murphy in one corner, we're going to have Rey Mysterio in one corner. That's definitely going to factor in.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, it is a street fight, so technically it's now a 2-on-2. Because the street fight, anything can happen. You all can just fight anyway. What?
Actually, that's true, bro. You brought up a great point. Huh?
Yeah. There's no point to have corners because the corners will just fight. So it's a 2-on-2.
And also, Seth Rollins brought up the fact that Dominic can bring in any of his equipment.
Yeah.
So it's basically just going to be an all-out, drag-out brawl.
Yeah, big, huge fight. Like just bring a parang or something.
That protects Dominic a lot. So he doesn't need to play like, he's not going to be a typical wrestler. That protects him, right?
Yeah.
I want to see only 2 things. I want to see a double 619. I want to see a double splash. And I want to see Seth Rollins get the Singapore King beating of his life.
You don't want to see eye pop out?
No. Don't want to see I don't want to see any custody for Dominic. No custody of Dominic on the line. No, I just want a great brawl.
So, okay, if Seth gets his ass kicked, and beat out with the candlestick, that's like the end of the feud, right? That's your wrap up. That's your.
But really, do you
Pound of
think that
flesh.
WWE will let Dominik Mysterio win over Seth Rollins?
Well, if Ray is part of the match, if this is essentially a 2-on-2, which it looks like a 2-on-2, it's a street fight. You know? Okay, hold on. Is this going to be filmed cinematic style also? That's the other question. No?
Thunderdome. It's gonna be all going
Right,
to be done in Thunderdome.
Right.
Bro, it's gonna be cinematic as it is being in the Thunderdome.
Smash people through the LED boards.
What's your thoughts on Dominik Mysterio's performance so far?
He's green lah. You know, obviously there's potential there. He has that name, but I feel like he needs to go to NXT. I feel like he needs time. But right now, as a character, it works because he's the son of Rey Mysterio and they're doing this whole thing. And I just wish that because this is a very linear story, right?
Yep, correct.
Revenge, unless somehow they write the storyline, they book it such that Dominic turns on Rey at SummerSlam. Then that extends the story. But how? After Seth beat the living shit out of him.
We talk about this theory of like, or maybe this possible angle where Dominic goes into the Monday Night Messiah faction, right? And he turns heel on the dad, and then like he becomes like one of his members going forward. And I think that's a great story, but I kind of don't want it to end at SummerSlam. I don't want the SummerSlam thing to be the time when that turn happens. To me, I feel like Dominic needs to have that so-called babyface victory. Because Seth already had the eye-popping come out already, you know. He already have like the heel has really taken the win first.
Yeah.
So there needs to be some sort of like
payback.
Redemption, like a payback.
Payback.
Next week.
So
that might affect things.
So schmoz, then payback is the resolution.
Bro, like that every match all schmoz lah.
Yeah. Then all the payback is resolutions.
Payback, fine. Yeah. Payback
It's
really,
gonna be
really
interesting.
screw up the I don't know, man. I think payback really make WWE book into a corner for
like I don't understand the 1 week thing anyway.
But I hope it doesn't take away from like the spectacle of SummerSlam. Like just because they know payback is coming up, the way they book everything works towards payback. I want some matches to have like definitive endings at least.
Yeah. Well, okay, to be fair too, like there are a lot of things missing from SummerSlam. Like where is your AJ Styles? Where is your Intercontinental Championship?
Yeah, that's why it can be spread out to like the SmackDown, right?
Correct. Where's your SmackDown Tag Team Championships and stuff like that? So
correct.
Okay, so we have that. Let's move on now to your two big championships. Let's start with Braun Strowman versus The Fiend, Universal Championship.
Yes.
Alexa Bliss on the line. No, I'm sorry.
Alexa Bliss on the line.
Okay. Now, The Fiend needs this win.
Of course. He needs he needs the victory.
Does he? Well, okay, he lost the first one. The second one, I guess he got the moral victory because he dragged Braun down. So this is quote unquote the rubber match, right? But now you have a new Braun who's a monstrous, like I don't give a shit about, and he destroyed Alexa Bliss too. He like pressed her and then lights
both
went
of them
out
are
again.
heels right now, right? It's such a weird dynamic.
Yeah. So okay, what I found interesting was they did the whole lights out thing again. Remember they did the lights out thing when Randy punt kicked Ric Flair?
Yeah.
But why did they do it with Alexa Bliss? Like Alexa Bliss knows how to take a bump, what?
But that was pretty high up, man.
So you think like they put a crash pad there and then they just filmed it?
The way they film it, you didn't see the bottom, right?
So maybe that could be it. And
Maybe-
since it's all their own people anyway.
They want to protect Alexa Bliss, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess I understand that.
Yeah, perhaps. And you have to understand that wasn't live. That recording wasn't live. So
So yeah, they could have slid a crash pad in there. They filmed it in an angle.
if they did, I mean, they don't have to purposely like take unnecessary bumps, when no one is watching, right? So maybe that was a way to protect Alexa Bliss because that was legit quite high up. His Braun Strowman press slamming all the way down.
It's higher than like the top turnbuckle, which she usually does her moonsault off of it. I mean, a twisted bliss off of it, lah.
Yeah. I am excited to see the maximized version of Braun Strowman, like really OP Braun Strowman, which apparently he is right now,
versus maximized
Fiend, maximized Bray Wyatt,
So, okay, then this really seems like I don't know, maybe they're going for this monster movie vibe, like Godzilla versus King Kong, or, both heels, both destroying each other.
with the damsel in distress right in the middle of it.
Yeah, like, what, is she going to turn? So I guess this, okay, to be honest, this is more like, I'm intrigued because of the story, not because of the wrestling. The wrestling is, whatever.
Yeah, the match is, we've already seen their matches. It's not the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's not Okada versus Omega.
No,
I mean,
yeah, exactly, right?
La.
Yeah, it's just two destroying monsters smashing each other.
Yeah.
Like Hulk smash versus, Juggernaut.
So I am very curious to see what Alexa Bliss does in this match.
Interestingly enough, this feud, right, Alexa Bliss is the most intriguing, factor.
She definitely threw a curveball because her being introduced into the rivalry just gave a whole new layer, a whole new perspective to it. But I still find that if the Fiend wins, which I think he will, if the Fiend, I lost
visual.
Bro, low battery, 20% left.
Okay, well, we're at the main event already, so don't worry.
Yes, let's go. No, so I was saying, if the Fiend wins, and I think he will, he wrests the title away from Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman just goes on a crazy heel rampage. That would be the best.
Just destroys everybody. And then, but then where does that leave?
Let loose lah.
Yeah, where does that leave Alexa Bliss?
I feel that Alexa Bliss could. I want to see Alexa Bliss ruling by the side of the Fiend.
Right.
I want her to turn heel. I want her to become that Sister Abigail character. And her being this evil incarnation of Alexa Bliss, I think will add another layer to Alexa Bliss.
Right.
And that would make her be a worthy SmackDown Women's Champion. What do you think?
Oh yeah. Can you imagine both of them?
It's like the evil,
the evil
duo lah.
Yeah, exactly. And they rule over SmackDown. Dude, yeah, man.
That would really carry you throughout the autumn, winter months of SmackDown already to me.
Yeah. Let Asuka win the SmackDown Championship and then feud with Alexa Bliss.
Or let Alexa Bliss become the women's champion, and then Nikki Cross and her can have a rivalry that runs throughout.
All right, yeah, and Nikki Cross comes out as the sympathetic babyface. What have you become? Why are you like this? Why you never reply my text?
Because we have to play with the narrative that Alexa Bliss, that the Fiend touches everyone that he comes into contact with. That means he really
touches them. He touches them. Where he touched them?
He changes them.
Yes.
With every single rivalry. So
and technically he's already put his fingers into Alexa Bliss.
So Alexa Bliss is very overdue a transformation right now.
Yeah. Because she's to be honest, she's been the same character for a while.
It's true.
Already.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay.
All
I like it. Anyway,
so we have the SmackDown main event settled. We'll talk about the Raw main event right now.
Yes.
My favorite man.
I think this should be the last match, because of just the heat that they brought on for Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Dastardly things he's done, even though his punt kick apparently not effective against HBK, but he,
No.
he
Shawn Michaels
concussed.
is too OP.
Yeah, too OP. He concussed Ric Flair though. Drew McIntyre, WWE champ versus Randy Orton.
We know that the moment that Randy Orton has been on the roll of his lifetime, winning against Edge and all that, we know that it's inevitable that he's gonna face to face with Drew McIntyre.
But okay, this could be the moment where Drew McIntyre is made, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about moments that make a superstar. This could be it. And somehow you finally have a crowd, even though it's a digital crowd, but this could be his WrestleMania moment.
Yeah. He's overdue that. He didn't get that moment fully at WrestleMania. But if the next best or most over person in WWE, which is Randy Orton.
So then my question is, my question
coming from
is,
a Randy Orton fan, right?
Yeah.
I really want to see, even as a Randy Orton fan, I want to see Drew McIntyre be the one that defeats him.
Yeah. Where does this leave Randy Orton though? Because he's been on fire. He's been killing it in his promos, in his ring work, in his actions.
I think Randy Orton can take a loss. It won't. Yeah, it might be a dent to whatever he was doing right now, but he can just as easily go down the card a bit and beat up another.
Do you think it should be a loss because of somebody interfering, like an Edge or Christian, like we've talked about before, Ric Flair, HBK?
I don't know what is Edge's injury right now. What's the status of it?
Well, to be fair, anybody can interfere at this point. You can even make a case for Triple H.
I was just about to say Triple H lah.
Yeah, because Randy literally kicked his best friend and his mentor. So,
but I don't want to see another Triple H rivalry, bro. Come on.
Right, yeah, exactly. So my question is, and if you have that sort of interference, right? Doesn't it take away from Drew McIntyre's conquering victory?
Maybe.
Don't you
but
want Drew to win this fair and square without too much shenanigans? Like, you know?
I prefer best case scenario. I want Drew to be able to beat Randy clean and become the champion moving forward. I can accept him winning, but from an interference as well. It won't be the best decision, but it will protect Randy Orton at least.
I just hope it's an interference that isn't too blatant, as in like literally a distraction and that's it, and not like Edge comes in and whacks him over the head with a chair, sort of a deal.
No, I believe that regardless of it, I don't think Randy will come out looking too weak. He is too untouchable to like no matter how shitty the booking is, I think he will still come across.
What I love about this match too is that, and I don't know if they've played it out, I feel like they haven't, is that both of them have finishers that could literally come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like the Claymore...
Isn't the whole reason why SummerSlam's tagline this year is like, you'll never see it coming?
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah,
right?
That's right,
yeah. So maybe they are aware of it, there is a play on it.
Yeah.
The coolest thing I can imagine is, I think there will be a definitive victory because their finishers came out of nowhere and ends the match. Yeah, so that will be a very great. This is one of the first main events of SummerSlam in years that I'm actually excited to watch.
Oh yeah, same. Actually,
that doesn't have any Brock Lesnar.
Most of the matches that involve like a high-profile title are quite exciting. Like we said, they've been hitting on all cylinders recently, WWE. It's
Correct.
almost as if they're like, okay, we have a proper arena with fans. Let's throw it all out there.
Yeah.
You know?
And bro, you forgot. Remember you said like there might be a crazy interference. You forgot one more thing that could be the interference. Retribution.
Oh, they could screw things up.
They could be causing the schmoz finish, and then there's gonna be like a Payback is gonna be like the follow-up.
What are they going to be? The headline of Payback or Payback main event is group 5-on-5, 5 Raw wrestlers versus 5 masked men. Nobody know.
5 times of Dominik Dijakovic. Okay, but right, bro. The reason why I think that would make a lot of sense is because this past week on Raw, didn't Retribution interfered with Drew McIntyre's promo? Yeah. So he could be like
pissed off.
Basically, maybe he wins right against Randy, but then his new rivalry is with Retribution. Oh. That's the only way I can see Retribution being skyrocketed up the card. Yeah. And the rival better be someone badass, please.
The ringleader has to be like a Dominik Dijakovic or maybe not Dominic, maybe
bro. You know who I want? Tommaso Ciampa. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I just had this very crazy thought. Imagine, if for some reason Randy is the one that won, right? Retribution interfere, and the one that is revealed is Tommaso Ciampa. Then Orton and Ciampa can have that rivalry from Twitter to real life.
In real life. Oh my god! But wouldn't you love to see that? I would love to, of course. Yeah. Both can cut promos. It's gonna be a compelling story. It's gonna be a great match. Like both have the same creepy vibe in that, not creepy, intense vibe. Yeah. About them. Wow. Yeah, but once you put both of them face to face, obviously Randy's gonna tower over Ciampa. So. Then again, you see, everyone in Retribution so far has been quite short and small size. Then Ciampa, makes sense, right? Maybe. I tell you, if Ciampa is the one under the schema, I think it will be a great reaction to me, lah. Yeah, I don't know if the live fans will have a voice though. That's the thing. You can see their face. Yeah. I don't think their microphones are on. What I mean by reaction is like in terms of online. Like Twitterverse, online, and all that. They will explode lah. I really feel that, and also it will really tie into his story against Karrion Kross, because after Karrion Kross defeat him, he's like he got nothing left. He might become disillusioned. That character of him can be like, you know what? I want to have a big splash coming to the main roster. I think that would be great. Ciampa on Raw. Another main eventer, I hope. I wonder how that all ties into Payback then. So we have Ciampa reveal himself then. And Payback is Ciampa versus Drew or Ciampa versus Randy. Yeah. Or it could be initial schmoz with Retribution, and then they try again round 2 at Payback, and then Ciampa is the one that's revealed. Right. I don't know whether they want to save that reveal for another pay-per-view. I don't think it will be at SummerSlam. Well, maybe it could be because they want to create a moment. If there's a moment to happen, it should happen on a big stage, right? It should. Yeah. So, like for me, the best times watching wrestling is when there's like a huge overarching angle. I think I've talked about it a lot of times. Like a huge overarching angle that runs through all the different episodes.
ties it in, like who done it, invasion angle, whatever it is. So WWE is interesting right now because of these like layers,
Correct.
And Retribution is already a wild card.
Mm.
We were just talking about the main card when like every single match has like a compelling story running through it.
Yes.
Even freaking Walter versus Seth Rollins is like, to me, very interesting to watch. So,
well, I mean, to be fair, that one has been building up for quite a long time. And if you look at the card, you're right. Every single match on this card, there's a storyline that has been built for at least 2-3 weeks already. So there is something to care about.
Well, you want me to give you a very interesting, revealing statistic?
What's that?
That people care a lot about ratings, right?
Yeah.
But to me, the thing that is most significant that people should keep track of, right, is the number of YouTube views on specific angles on the WWE YouTube channel.
Okay.
You know who has what's the most viewed video from this past week's Raw?
What?
It's not, surprisingly, it's not Orton and Shawn Michaels segment,
Uh-huh.
It is the Dominik Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, and Seth Rollins segment. It had over 3 million views, I think, as of today.
Well, like we've said before, like this angle has been brewing for a very long time. There was the whole eye popping out thing. So, good or bad, it got people talking, right?
Yeah.
And people want to follow up to see what the hell is going on with this storyline. So I'm not surprised by that in the least, because it is one of the more compelling stories,
And you got to give credit, I mean, obviously to Seth and everyone on it, but also a lot of the credit to Dominik Mysterio. Like, he came in and he's been protected and the story that's been told has been great, but he has kept up his end of the bargain. Like, no one is looking at Dominik Mysterio and thinking like, this fucker can't fight lah. He's a weakling lah. He will die.
He obviously came in and he took his licks, especially that time he got 30 lashes of the kendo stick, and all that. So I don't think anybody is looking at him going, oh, he doesn't deserve to be there. Yeah. And he's the son of Rey Mysterio. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like to me, I feel that I love multi-generational wrestlers only if like the way they are being presented, the story is great. I like that he's not masked. I think making him masked is just like skate, like shortcut like that.
Yeah, it could be anybody then.
Yeah, I mean, it basically can even ruin him because he come into the ring, he's always gonna be the second best version of Mysterio,
Exactly.
if he has the mask.
Like you said it before, the fact that he's like a bigger size wrestler, so he's not going to play a luchador. He is probably in the future maybe more of a power wrestler even, or technical wrestler. Sets him apart immediately from his dad, which is a good thing. You don't want him to be a carbon copy.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I feel like this is, to me, legit, one of my more highly anticipated SummerSlam cards in recent years.
Oh yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Definitely the most intriguing card of 2020, of the COVID era.
Yeah, for WWE pay-per-view. And I would dare say, the fact that it is in the COVID era makes it even more compelling.
Yeah.
Because of you don't know about Thunderdome, you don't know about how everything's going to play out.
They've had to pivot and, try new technologies and stuff like that. It's interesting because remember when we were shitting on WWE product for like a few weeks and then like AEW was the best shit? Now it's like, WWE is like back at the top to me. And I'm excited to watch Raw and Smackdown now.
Yeah, I completely agree because to me, after Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho had their blow-off last week, this week I don't see anything that is compelling. Because for me, right, I don't know whether AEW is waiting for the situation to to kind of get better, for them to pull their triggers. Because to me, the main trigger that I want to be pulled is an Omega heel turn. Yeah. I want Adam Page to fight for the title. I want MJF to be a champion. So all these cool things that can happen that hasn't come to pass yet.
I would say watch the last 15 minutes of the first hour of AEW. Because I feel like they will try to do something big just to catch attention so that you won't go and watch NXT. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
I feel like that's what they might do. Some huge angle will play out in the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes before NXT starts. And then they will try to overlap so they catch your attention. They hold your attention so you don't go over the NXT.
The demo god. The demo god always comes through. Yeah, and one last thing before we wrap up. So Orange Cassidy won. And doesn't have to pay the $7,000 thing. But then what's next for Orange Cassidy? He's a made man. He's really been built up by Chris Jericho. Does that make him worthy of
a title?
The TNT title? I don't know.
Against a heel Cody, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah. Bro, if it's a heel Cody and it's Orange Cassidy, I really think that they will really make a star out of him, man.
Exactly. And Cody, he will sell for him. He will put in the effort for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, beyond that, I don't think Cassidy is not at that, main title level yet. But then again, I see the same thing about Moxley, and he's the champ. So anyway.
Oh well, that wraps up our preview episode for this crazy weekend of wrestling.
That's right. A lot to look forward to. So thank you very much for watching the show or listening to the podcast as always. Hey, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. Kick to the Gut, look for us. And don't forget, this episode is brought to you by Kick Out, the hottest new fitness workout design for pro wrestling fans. That's you, that's me, that's all of us listening and watching this right now. By Grapple Max, of course.
Discount code KKTG100. We are on the road to 100 episodes of Kick to the Gut.
That's right. So go and sign up, okay? You get your 20% off the single session. Grapplemax.punchpass.com. If you use that promo code one more time.
KKT.
It's somewhere KK.
No, I want to try the TikTok. Wait. K.
No, it's KTT. Kick to the.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
The whole time everyone was like, hey, why I KKTG cannot get the discount code?
Aiyo. You don't even know our own initials.
Bro. KTTG.
Yeah, and then 100. Yeah. So 100. KTDG 100. That is the that is the promo code, all right? That gets you 20% off a session of Kick Out, 1 hour, 100% no contract, by the way. No contract, no contact.
Yeah, no contract. This one, no contact. Okay, no contact.
Yeah. This is not what do they call it? Street fight.
These are no holds barred, guys.
No hold. no.
Okay, but the training, the training will definitely kick you in the gut. It will definitely be
metaphorically, yes. You will get a great workout, and our friends over at Grapple Max, you've done their classes, you've even trained with them, you know how professional they are. So go check them out.
I'm definitely gonna be a return customer, but for all of you first-time people, especially our listeners who have never been in a wrestling ring, this is your chance to not only be in a wrestling ring, to try out some training within the wrestling ring with them.
Grapplemax.punchpass.com. Go check it out. 20% off your very first single session, okay? In the meantime...
our discount code.
Yes, that's our discount code. It's in the description. So in case...
I'll say maybe big there.
Yeah. Put it in...
Big.
Yeah, put bracket, star, emoji, whatever. Anyway, enjoy your weekend of wrestling. There's so much of it to enjoy. And we'll see you soon. It's Mr. Young.
And it's Braun in the building. Take care.